Balita.
Steady lang. Dito, nagpapaka-jam ako, condo dweller na rin.
Condo Duel, may bago ka?
Ha?
May bago?
House sitting muna sa BGC, pero hopefully in a month or so, na-finalize na yung tinitingnan ko doon sa Mandaluyong.
Yeah. I remember you mentioned something na gusto mo sa Mandaluyong eh.
Mm. Nakahanap ako, medyo nagne-negotiate pa with the owner. Kasi hindi sa developer ako bumibili, sa
Second
previous
hand.
owner mismo.
Yeah.
Oo.
All right. Well, that's cool. I just started the stream at the same time na tinawagan kita.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. So, I don't know how to start.
Yan, patay tayo dyan.
Walang iya. Nagpakahirap ako para maghanap ng ba't kumalaw yung aking ano? Pakahirap ko ako. Hindi mayaman sa topics this week.
Oo. Oo nga, nakita ko nga.
We can talk about other stuff like graphics cards and whatnot. Pokemon.
Sige, pwede actually. Pwede rin pag-usapan. I'm sure may mga may mga hihirit dyan sa show eh. Pwede rin natin pag-usapan yung yung
Ano yan?
this week na-discuss mo ba last week yung yung Sailfish at Marlin na na leaks?
Yeah. Actually, we did.
Na? Okay, sige. Teka, isip pa akong topics.
Wait, nagpo-post lang ako ng live na tayo. 404,
Sige.
wait, ano bang ginawa ko? http:// youtube.com/thetechnoclass.com. Ang tanga.
Good job.
/live. Yeah, there we go. Actually, meron ako mga ibang stragglers topics, I guess.
Yung trade-in pag-usapan mo rin mamaya, di ba?
Yung P9?
Oo.
Yeah. One of the naisip kong pag-uusapan natin din yun eh.
Oo.
I don't think it's that good a deal, pero if you're looking for that particular deal, then bagay talaga sa yun, right?
Eto, may piping ako sa iyo Pwede mong i-bring up to sa sa Pokemon topic mamaya.
Okay. Ano yan?
Teka. Paano ba
BTS
Ayun.
is live now.
Yan. Ay, teka lang, mali. Hindi yan yun.
Okay. Nga pala, screen share ko yung ko sa'yo, yung screen ko sa'yo, para at least makita mo kung anong...
Yan.
Wait. Give me a second. Ito yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, di ba? Yung Huawei Nexus.
Yung second na pining ko.
Ito. Ano to? Not a Pokemon. Dead body. Oh, yeah. Well, it's bound to happen, right?
Oh. Yun lang, freaky lang. Tsaka kita mo nag-dominate kasi nag-dominate siya sa news this week eh.
Of course.
Nag-post ng hoax si na-dengoy si Yuga na mag-post ng hoax. Yung yung supposed na locations, 'di ba?
Alam kaya niya na fake 'yun.
Most hindi ko alam. Feeling ko by now alam na nila, pero nung una lumabas yun, feeling ko na-dengoy din sila eh. Kasi ang dami sumakay din doon eh.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's
kita mo naglabas sa advisory ilang bansa eh na sige maglaro ka pero tumingin ka rin kasi pumunta madidisgrasya ka.
Naman, it's pretty understandable that this kind of augmented reality, even nung sinaunang augmented reality, nagbabawal na sila eh, right? It's just that Pokemon is such a big deal na they have to reiterate the warnings of augmented reality gaming, di ba?
Oo.
It's just so so weird, but yes, it's dead body talaga. This is crazy. 19-year hindi naman pala bata. Would you call a 19-year-old a girl? pa? That seems like medyo clickbaity na yung...
Technically teenager. Oh,
Yeah,
technically
yeah.
teenager
Teen.
pa.
I would 19-year-old teen siguro or teen
Oh.
girl.
Mm-mm.
Kasi this would 19-year-old is definitely not a kid anymore. She's legal na.
Ano? Eto, gusto mo para talagang clickbaity na topic na pag-usapan, ano? Yung discount daw doon sa Player X.
5,000. I mean, it's bound to happen. Flare X is on old phone by now, diba?
Oo.
Gadget Addict is around. Hey, Gadget Addict, what's up? Hey, do you want to join? We're on Skype. Riverton, Wyoming. Ang pangalan ng babae is Shyla Wiggins. Now, basing from that name, I'm gonna say she's African American. Shyla.
Baka.
That's crazy though. Discovered the corpse of a dead man floating in the water. Dead man. So, see, ang pinaka-shocking dito, if what happened was, this dead man was the one playing Pokemon Go.
Namatay dahil doon
Hindi namatay siya. Nalunod or something. Sino ba nandyan? Rainer Lizada, what's up? Norms, Aaron Ocampo, Christian Montes, what's up? Maulang gabi mga ka-BTS. Thankfully, humina yung, humapo? Ano ba yung doon? What's the proper term? Nagpahinga yung ulan. I don't know.
Oo.
Jason Del Rosario, malamig na gabi, sarap uminom ng kape. Kape?
Uminom ng kape, kumain ng lugaw.
Beer, dude, beer.
kumain ng ramen, o kahit anong noodle soup.
Oo. Alam nyo, hindi uso yung, noodles would be a good thing. Hindi kasi uso yung inuman pag umuulan. Pero Saturday evening is definitely time for beer.
Wag lang sana mainit na beer. Medyo malungkot yun.
May yellow naman. I'll just, sabi ni Gadget Addict, he's gonna watch for now. I'm editing a video.
You can also, pag-usapan din natin mamaya, I don't know kung if you want this to be a more than a 5-minute discussion, yung release ng FF7 on Android.
Oh yeah, FF7. How much is it?
$16.
Grabe si Square Enix magpresyo, no?
Premium siya eh. Premium pricing talaga siya eh.
Yeah, that's
Mahilig
true.
siya sa ganon. And, I actually bought it. I'll give my review later.
This is it? 830 pesos. Is that it? This one? Grabe,
Oh.
no? But this is fully unlocked. All of the game will be unlocked pag binili mo to.
Kompleto na. If you want me to, if you want to give my review now, we can do it now or later.
I know. If you, whichever you want. How many hours have you played na ba?
Tinapos ko hanggang after the first boss.
Okay.
And I have to say, I hope that mag-release sila ng update soon. It's still buggy eh.
I see. How is the controls?
It's the best way to describe it is it's what you would expect for a first version ng port to touchscreen. So they put the basic controls in. Oo, pero pa siya, medyo need some improvement pa.
Right.
Like medyo unintuitive pa yung kasi 'di ba naalala mo sa PlayStation version yung may option ka to walk or to run, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And you can do it by pressing a button while moving to keep yourself from running.
Right.
Dito, hindi siya ganun ka-fluid, so medyo mangangapa ka pa sa controls.
Right. So this is all touch controls. Do you think may Bluetooth controller support it or something?
I haven't tried it yet. Let me check. I'll double check ko kung may Bluetooth controller support siya.
Right.
Nilaro ko lang siya on touchscreen sa phone ko eh.
Right. So may parang virtual D-pad. Ito may picture pala ng actual. I can't open it. Ayan, there we go. So
Yep.
may virtual D-pad doon and then may A, X, Y, B doon sa screen. Sa may corners ng
Yep.
screen.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not bad. Although it's like buying an entirely whole game talaga 830 pesos, ano. That's
Oo.
ano. It's a little bit much.
Oo. If you really well right now, no, if you really want to play it on your Android phone, for now,
Download
recommend ko.
download PlayStation 1 MU.
Oh, seriously, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
For now, get yung EPSXE na
Yeah.
emulator.
Oh.
Eh, doon mo muna siya ilaro. Then later on, hopefully once this gets less buggy, yung official version, doon ka lumipat para
Yeah.
ilaro siya. Kasi I mean, hopefully they'll be able to release some bug fixes kasi I can see this being a very well ported game if they can just fix those bugs.
Okay. Okay. Well, you do pay for a lot here. I mean, sa akin sometimes the price isn't the issue. It's to me important sa akin is I pay a certain amount of money. I want the game to be complete. And yung mga ganito nga Final Fantasy games are typically they're from the golden age of video games where walang microtransactions, right?
Oh,
So that's a good thing.
oo.
Still, the 830 is a little steep, particularly because you can kind of buy some very very good games for $20 in the Steam store or whatever, diba?
Oo.
But
Ako
if you like Final Fantasy, doesn't sound so bad, diba?
Oo. Ako admittedly, the main reason lang naman that I was able to buy this is because I had some Google Play credits, no?
Right. Okay.
Pero if you're going to buy this talaga, yun nga, I'd recommend holding off muna until until mag-release sila ng bug fixes.
Yeah. This I want I keep going back to Pokemon Go for some reason. I don't
Go,
know.
no problem.
No, no,
no
no,
problem.
no, no. Naisip ko lang what kind of games do I want to play? Pokemon Go was I had a lot of hope for Pokemon Go. Like
Well-
it was the sole game that seems like something I would play talaga on a mobile phone. Wala akong masyadong I don't have a lot of things that I want to play on mobile.
Oo. It's in a unique position kasi, because most mobile, kasi most mobile OS games that people are interested in are usually ports from other systems, di ba?
Right.
And ang logic mo, okay, if you're going to port something from your original na OS niya to Android or iOS, usually ang logic mo, okay, if I'm going to play a PlayStation game on my Android phone or my iOS phone,
Uh-huh.
no? It's usually a better experience gaming if I just play it on the original console
Yeah.
or on my PC.
Yeah, true.
Etong si Pokemon Go is in a unique position na you can't really play it on a PC or on a console.
Yeah.
Kasi the logic of it is you are supposed to be out and about.
Yeah. I actually wanted a augmented reality thing to play for the longest time, and I admit I didn't want to play yung Ingles when it was announced, and I thought it was kind of cheesy, and nung simula pa lang nung Ingles, I thought it's too costly to play.
No. Oo.
Particularly at the time, let's say, kailan nila lumabas yung Ingress? What, 3 years ago? More?
Mm.
2? 2-3 years ago, I was still struggling to keep my battery up. And I still didn't have parang a hobby of going out and getting my phone out and, checking GPS locations or GPS caches na lang. Parang ganun. I mean, it's like a geolocations game eh, di ba?
Mm.
Um, I installed Ingress this week just because hindi ako maka Pokemon Go. I wanted to see what do you call this? The if yung the geolocation type of game. Problema, I find Ingress to be so complex. It seems like a much distant, much more crazier and much more in-depth game than Pokemon Go, or at least it's very hard to visualize Ingress as a game than Pokemon. Pokemon, it's very easy. The characters and the animals or the Pokemons are there. You catch them. Diba? There's an easier way to visualize the game. Ingress is like walk here. Press this button. Something happens you don't see. Parang ganun. And there's a lot of things going on Ingress that I just seems too much. I don't know kung nakapaglaro ka na ng Ingress before.
I downloaded it and played it briefly, pero I lost interest din.
Yeah, it seems too complex. I mean, I still have it installed. I'm gonna give it another try. I just can't get behind it and parang okay, hack portal and then link portal and what parang okay, portals, whatever. It just seems weird, but I'll give it another go.
Well, ito going back to Pokemon Go sandali, in comparison with Ingress din, no? I wanted to mention this din kanina. Right now, from the limited amount of time na nalaro ko siya bago tayo na region lockout. One criticism I have of the gameplay is, and I think if you are a fan of the series, no? Trip mo yung gameplay nung nasa DS, Game Boy, medyo mabibiting ka sa laro nitong Pokemon Go kasi
true.
Limited yung opportunity to battle.
And trade.
Trade. And I'm sure some of the people who are interested in this game would
want to walk into next to people and say, "Hey, you're a Pokemon trainer. Let's fight then." Right?
That's one thing. The other thing is, I'm sure some people have also been hoping na, okay, I'm able to play this single player story mode dun sa Game Boy or sa sa DS. Can I do a similar version on Pokemon Go na go to this location, uy, may boss. Kailangan kong labanan yung boss na yon.
Right. Dapat meron parang, I mean, it can be like you can't do the same thing for all locations kasi it's gonna be different for each one. Pero you can create a sort of generic timeline for a person to play single player.
Exactly.
The first few parang areas na mapasok siya, there'll be low-level AIs, parang ganon. Parang ganon, diba? They should sort of customize your personal experience, and then it's still a massively multiplayer thing where you walk around and catch Pokemons, right? Pwede naman nilang gawin yun. And then you're on, let's say, once you're level 2, 3, they'll spawn a random personal node, personal area lang sa'yo na pwede mo lakarin where nandun yung story mode boss mo or something like that. That might be good actually.
So and the benefit to this type of game setup, the one that Pokemon Go has, is you can actually build it in later.
Yeah, true.
So kumbaga, you can build it into the server so that later on, okay, so right now if I play it, hindi ko makita yung story mode setup na yon, but they can build it into the game servers later so that if I log in 1 month from now, ay, may story mode bigla. No?
Yeah, it's true. I hope magkaroon ng ganun kasi so far I've watched some people play it on YouTube It's mostly walking and then babatuhin mo ng Pokeball yung Pokemon and there's no fight. You don't fight that wild Pokemon. Usually you run into a Pokemon, you fight that wild Pokemon, right? That's how it goes in game. And then pag medyo weakened na siya, you either knock it out completely or you throw a Pokeball at it to catch it, right?
Oo.
So far, walang mechanic na ganun. And the actual fighting mechanic, I've actually seen the fighting mechanic is it's real time na parang tap the enemy Pokemon and then swipe to dodge or something like that. That's why can't they make it turn-based like the actual Nintendo games, di ba? Well, was it that hard?
Yeah. Well, depende rin eh. Kasi if you want to make it, if you want to make it faithful to the game, but also want to make it na para masulit yung pagka touchscreen enabled, then I can understand making it more real time. Kasi parang, for example, swiping, tapping, all of that, all of the stuff that you can do there that is not that easy to do on a DS. Baka, I mean, I can see why they want to have that type of control setup. Kasi parang boring naman if it's like if ang may virtual button set,
turn-based.
turn-based tapos virtual buttons lang yung gagamitin mo.
Okay.
Pero yun nga, I do agree with you na parang the game can be more robust. You can have so many more features sana aside from just going to certain locations and collecting. Kasi right now it's basically a collecting game and it has potential to be more.
There's a hindi lang I mean there is only one way that you can't interact with people, but it's sort of an interaction. Certain areas are gyms. Big locations are gyms. Like malls will be a gym, or an MRT station would be a gym, and someone will be the Pokemon leader of that gym. And you can take over that gym by fighting his AI Pokemon.
Pwede.
Yeah, that actually exists in the game. Unfortunately, buggy pa siya. I've seen it sobrang buggy. That is not synchronous. That's asynchronous multiplayer technically.
Yep.
Yes, that's interaction, but still not the same amount of interaction we're used to in a Pokemon game. I don't know how Niantic is yung gumawa nung game. If the guys sa chat doesn't know, Niantic is the one who made what do you call this? Ingress and Pokemon Go.
Yep.
It's a little lacking, but I do like the part where I'm seeing Pokemon and I'm walking up to them and I'm catching them. Unfortunately, you're not fighting them. I would like a fight. Kasi parang it's just weird na parang I see this Pokemon like PG or something, and then just throw a Pokeball. What? That doesn't happen. that happens siguro level 1 sa Pokemon games where you can just throw a Pokemon and then ganun lang sila, higa na sila. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, let's see what people are saying. Norm says, shout out sa mga Google Developers Group Baguio, di na working yung APK ng Pokemon Go, right? Yes, hindi na siya maandar. Michael Pilota says, di na working sa mga kabarkada ko. Yeah, you can actually log in. Lilitaw yung mapa right now, pero wala nang Pokemon sa paligid mo.
Basically it's just it'll just show you the map, but you can't really interact with anything. So, yun, parang disable nila yung game part.
Yeah. Niantic should realize Philippines is a very feasible market for Pokemon Go with the huge number of immediate players with the APK. No, I think every single country is a feasible market for Pokemon Go, sa totoo lang.
Oo. Ang issue lang lalo na dito sa Pilipinas is pag itong game na to at naging so popular, Snatcher's Paradise yan. Kasi at daming taong nakalabas, hindi tumitingin sa paligid, telepono, nakalabas ang telepono.
Inaangat nila para makatch nila yung tapos hindi nila makatch. So kakatch na, babato na naman ng bola.
Oo. Snatcher's Paradise yan eh.
Yeah. You should kailangan bumili ka ng cheap phone pang Pokemon Go. It doesn't seem like demanding naman siya sa specs, right?
The main issue
good
is
GPS is required at least.
Oo.
Good. Medyo may gyroscope required siya because of the augmented reality bit.
Yes.
Um,
And take note, since you have to have both data, whether Wi-Fi or mobile data,
yeah.
at GPS, ano yan, higop sa battery yan.
Well, I mean, you can, assuming you have battery, at least data right now is slightly easier to get now with a lot of, bucket plans, parang, or 100 megs a month, or yung mga Clash of Clans people can probably, your data for Clash of Clans is probably, about the same as your data for Pokemon Go, I guess. Siguro kaya na yun.
Baka nga yung bagong promos na nilabas ng Globe tsaka Smart, they had this in mind.
Yeah. Gadget Addict says, I tried Ingress, I just couldn't get into it. Bench says PS2 Slim user here. Norms, Ingress is is like Pokemon Go, except hindi Pokemon yung nilalaro nyo. Ingress is like StarCraft in an augmented reality version. I would like to make, if it's StarCraft, I would like to make units to attack. There's no units to attack eh.
True.
Let's see, ano mga... You need to go underground for ores. Hindi ko man alam yun. Is that still Ingress? Fun fact, in America, there are 60% of people make new friend by meeting people while playing Pokemon Go. Is that... May statistics na agad? Neil Jano Campo, buti nakahabol. Good ibs, mga kuya. IBS. Good ibs. Chloroform is the ultimate add-on for a Pokemon Master. That's not a Pokemon Master, that's a Hentai Master.
Kidnapper sana sabihin ko eh.
Hentai Master. Si Mewtwo daw nasa Area 51. Yung Mewtwo
Sabihin mo nasa Malacanang daw.
Malacanang. I'm sure papapasukin ka naman ni Duterte.
Hindi, laugh trip yung kung yung final boss nandun sa Malacanang eh, no?
Well, I'm sure you can, may ano ka naman eh, may radius ka naman eh. May, I'd say the radius is like what? 10, no, I'd say 25 meters around you. GPS mo, you can interact with anybody, anything around you.
Oh, pero ang labo nun eh, no? I mean, if for kicks ginawa nila yon, ini-imagine ko lang kung magre-reaction ng presidential security. Kita mo may mga paligid na tao dun sa Malacanang, lahat nakalabas ng telepono.
No, they'd be like, okay, labanan natin sila. Labanan ko ng Pokemon ko. I bet they'd be playing too. Even though masasisante agad sila.
Baka.
Di ba yung saan ba yun? Sino naglalaro ng Dota na na mas bate ba yun?
Yung mayor? Mayor ba yun?
No. There was a bunch of people that were playing Dota at the office.
Yun yung mga nasa Sante, nahuli sila. Dota.
Yeah.
At saka ang hassle pa nun, Dota 1 pa.
Dota 1 pa. By the way, guys, happy birthday kay Kuya Nick Droid.
Happy birthday.
Birthday Kuya Nico. Dota 1 pa. Well, I guess may may pull pa si Dota 1 eh, kahit pa paano.
At saka you have to remember, government office to. So, yung specs ng makina nila hindi rin ganun kataas. Baka
that's true.
Mga Dota 1 lang talaga kaya.
That's true. Oo nga.
Pero I mean ako, as a person na nagtatrabaho sa sa tech industry, mali na rin naman talaga nila 'yon. Una,
that's true.
I mean, you're in government time.
Yeah.
No? So, you're in government time. You're really supposed to be working, number 1. Number 2, and medyo malaking mali mo na rin naman talaga kung in-install mo mismo sa PC mismo yung game na yon.
Yeah.
Kung pag-setup, pwede mo naman i-setup sa virtual machine yun eh. Na pwede mong i-minimize lang agad.
Ako ang dyan is, I actually worked a little bit of time sa Court of Appeals, sa MIS Division. I'm not saying we do that. But you will see yung mga secretaries or anybody that's hindi sa amin. I mean, ako, I'll eat lunch. But during lunchtime, they'll actually use their computers to sometimes, if it were a computer that can check something online, they'll check something online. If not, they'll just play solitaire or no. But during lunchtime, I don't usually see people not use it on a different time. Pero in my opinion, it could be nakuhanan to ng picture naglalaro sila ng Dota during lunchtime. I'm not saying that's good kasi that's still misappropriation of government resources and government equipment, right? But it's I don't know what to call it. It's less of a fallacy or it's less of a kasi let's assume okay, let's maybe it was taken out of context or whatever. Let's think about this. What if it was a parang like a ano yun? Like a Christmas party or something like that. Meron yung parang okay, Christmas party tayo and then magto-tournament tayo ng something, mga ganun. There are sometimes there are things like that, but unfortunately, given that they were fired, it must not have been that, right?
Oo. Tsaka yun nga, the simple fact of the matter is kung ano man yung patakaran ng opisina mo, whether private or public, or private or government, no? Even if you disagree with yung patakaran na yun, like, no playing except lunchtime or whatever.
Yeah.
So, regardless of whether you agree with it or not, if yun ang batas ng opisina, kailangan mo sundan, no?
Yeah.
Kasi minsan kasi ang ibang tao...
It's still unethical kahit lunchtime, obviously.
Oo. Kasi minsan ibang tao, ang nasa utak nila, yung mga office rules, they forget, an office is not a democracy.
Yeah.
No? An office is a dictatorship ko. Ano ang sabi ni boss, yun ang mangyayari. So, kung may patakaran against it, whether you agree with it or not, kailangan pa rin sundan.
Yeah. Ako, ang ginagawa ko na natutulog ako lunch hour. I'll just eat like 20 minutes and then yung 40 minutes tutulog ako eh.
Sa amin naman, ang setup namin dati, kakain kami sa desk namin before lunch. Tas buong lunch hour, doon kami pupunta sa sa internet cafe para mag-Dota.
Pwede.
Kaya yung grupo namin buong lunch break parating wala kasi doon kami naglalaro tapos babalik kami pagkatapos ng lunch break.
Yeah. Zek, what's up? I'm looking at everyone here playing Clash of Clans during work. Saan ka nagtatrabaho, dude?
Yun, that's one way of people working around yung batas na yan by playing on their devices. Kasi parang ang logic mo, I'm not using office resources, no? I'm just using my phone. Pero if your office has rules against playing during office hours, yun medyo sundan.
Right. Wala, I'll never get into Clash of Clans, thankfully. It's not my game. It's I want a game that's completely unlocked entirely out of the box.
Oo. Sa mga BPOs naman, since yung office namin nasa BPO section, kita mo yung mga iba naglalaro talaga in between calls, which I mean, if yun yung paraan mo to stay awake, lalo na pag night shift, I mean, as long as walang rules against it, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. I mean, I understand naman Clash of Clans is one, addictive. Number two, it's perfectly catered for the time frame, diba? The small 5-minute time frame.
Oh,
right?
Exactly.
And it's designed with carrot chasing ba yun? What do you call that? Carrot on a stick?
Oo.
Yeah, it's always carrot on a stick and there's always a little bit of a reward every single time. And it's endorphins eh. Those kinds of games have been psychologically tested and determined to work because they put a carrot on a stick and then you chase it and then you get a very small thing and then once you get that very small thing you're happy. Oh my god, nag-level up yung town center ko. Endorphins, di ba?
Oo, oo. Mm.
And then, oh my god, I want that level 3 town center, but it's so hard to get. But that's okay, I can level up my barracks. Endorphins! Endorphins!
Mm.
Eh, yun talaga siya eh.
Yep.
Let's see here. I'd play Pokemon Go if there was a battle platform for it, tulad ng sa DS.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Eh. If the game itself was more robust, I'm sure mas marami ma-addict dyan.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to messing around with it. Unfortunately nga, just in case guys, it's not been completely, I mean, we haven't talked about it completely or specifically said it, but Pokemon Go was released this week. I forgot which day. I think it was July 6th, exactly, on Australia, New Zealand. And people have immediately, including me, started downloading the APK from APK sites.
Oo.
The thing is, it was not unlocked on Google Play for most of the world, except for Australia and New Zealand, and then eventually it was unlocked in America, North America, I think. I don't know kung meron na sa Canada. But you could play it actually for a limited amount of time during the first day. Pag in-install mo yung APK and messed around with it. You could actually mess around with it. I did, and a lot of people did. I'm sure a lot of people in this chat have played around with the Pokemon Go. It's just that after about, I'd say 12 hours or so, they blocked the IP addresses of everybody playing, or not block the IP addresses, but disabled, interacting with anything or any gameplay
Yep.
elements for anybody who's not in the listed countries that they support. Currently, that's Australia, New Zealand, and America, North America. So unfortunately, we had a very short taste of Pokemon Go, and hindi na natin nasubukan ulit. I'm sure marami sa chat na naglaro ng Pokemon Go for a bit though.
Yep.
Norm says, OJT ko nga, meron yung kawork ko na Dota 2. Walang paki-sales namin pati yung boss. Michael Pilota says, kung HR pa naman yan, good luck sa suspension. Wow. Robert Liban, what's up? Gadget Addict says, did they really block it or was it a crashed server? Because that's what I heard. So,
Black talaga siya sa Pinas.
yeah. There was a response from Pokemon, from Niantic or whatever, and they did say that expanding to other countries has been limited because of I don't know exactly what they said. It could have been the crash server or too much traffic or something like that. But the fact of the matter is they've limited the access to gameplay elements, and B, they did say that they've had an overwhelming amount of people using the game regardless of country. So that could be two different things, but leading to the same conclusion that we won't be able to play Pokemon Go anytime soon, basically, right?
Until they fix whatever it is they want to fix dun sa main countries na ni-release nila.
Yeah. I mean, okay lang. I'm okay. Let's wait for it, I guess. I mean, no choice, but sanay na tayo dyan eh.
Yep.
Lagi naman tayong huli dyan eh. So parang it's always something that we have to live with because we live in the Philippines. Let's hope let's hope change is coming.
Change is coming is okay.
Rainer Lizada asks, would VPN work? I don't know. I haven't tried. Sabi ni Zek, GPS dependent. Yes, it is GPS dependent. Supposedly...
To answer in your Lizada's question, no, you could VPN, pero if you're still physically in the Philippines, there still won't be anything for you to interact with.
Yeah. So, ito yung here's the other one that I keep reading about, and I don't know how legal or how good or how effective this technique is, if it even works. From what I've read, there are GPS spoofs that enable you to play Pokemon Go.
Mm-mm. But
And this already exists because Android developer mode has GPS spoofing already,
yes.
diba?
Oo. Pero you're basically asking, I mean, for most people, they're non-developers.
Yeah,
You're basically asking non-developers to mess around with their phone
yeah,
just to be able to play a game that's not yet officially available dito sa Pinas.
yeah.
Asking for trouble.
Yes. My question here is though, this never crossed my mind, but it crossed my mind right now. What if hacking the game, this game Pokemon Go, yung parang what if the most powerful players will just hack their GPS and find Mewtwo and all the rare Pokemons by just spoofing their GPS location? What if that happens eventually in this game?
Uh, with, well, right now, the only thing anybody can say is I hope that the gaming company has already considered that. Yun lang yun.
Yeah, I hope so. Either that or malakas sila mag-ban.
Baka, yun din. Yun din. Kasi I'm sure naman I'm sure na even as we can do GPS spoofing, they also will be able to detect GPS spoofing.
I suppose. Yeah.
As long as they can detect, then that's fine. They can they can take action after the fact.
Yeah. Well, yun.
Kung masyadong mahirap ang prevention, at least kaya nilang manghuli afterward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure somebody will think of something to hack this game and make it annoying for other players, but let's hope that it doesn't make the game any unplayable or crappy for the rest of us.
Yep.
And let's hope it comes to the Philippines sometime soon. Yun lang ang dun eh. There's not a lot of things we can do right now. I'm trying to scratch my itch. Actually, I wanted to tell you about this earlier when we talked, nung pinag-uusapan natin yung tinitingnan mong condo. This is not related to any condo, but personal life stuff. I bought a bicycle, a mountain bike.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Ginagamit mo siya around your area?
Yeah, around my area. Wala pa akong bicycle chain.
Mm-mm.
So, yun yung next target ko is to, parang kung bibili ako sa 7-Eleven, kakadena ko siya, and then bibili ako sa 7-Eleven, tatanggalin ko sa kadena. Yun yung next target ko. I mean, hindi pa ako sanay. I mean, I haven't been on a bike for probably more than a decade. So, medyo madali pa ako mapagod. As in like, sandali lang. But it's really, it's really nice to actually get back on yung pakiramdam mo na, okay, pedal, ang bilis na ng bisikleta.
Tsaka if it's nowadays, if it's short distances, sobrang practical na magbisikleta
Yeah.
over a car or even public transport eh. It's mas convenient for the person. Like may mga kaibigan ako na dito sa may BGC area nakatira, and preference na nila kung pupunta lang sa mall, may bibilin lang ganun, nagbibisikleta na lang sila.
Exactly. No, ako papunta sa Save More. Dito sa Save More tsaka 7-Eleven. I just need yung kadena. It's still iffy because alam mo naman bisikleta, pwedeng tanggalin yan eh. Naiiwanan.
Takaw na ako pa rin siya dito.
Yeah. BMX walang problema eh.
True.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I bought. I think ang pinaka siguro dadalhin ko lang siya 7-Eleven kasi 7-Eleven at least pwede kong kadena sa harap ko. Pagpasok ko lang. But yun, I bought one. It's actually 6,500, so not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Ang kadena should be a good quality na kadena should be probably mga 1/10 ng presyo na yun eh.
Yeah. Something like that. Isip ko nga parang parang chain lang na tapos meron akong combination lock. But I'll figure it out. Wala lang. That's what I had to foresee. I foresaw myself using it for augmented reality stuff on top of getting to 7-Eleven and buying my Slurpee or something like that.
Well, ito kung kunwari, bicycle seller ka dito sa Pinas, offer ka promo rate para sa mga Pokemon Go users. No, I mean,
yeah.
gusto mo ng kung gusto mo ng
No.
promo na na makaka-interest sa sa public.
No, it's
I'm sure
good.
there are some people. There are some people.
Yeah.
There's some people that would be interested in say, okay, may nakita ako dito sa lokasyon na to, pero wala akong kotse, wala ako, at hassle mag
just have a big poster Pokemon Go on your sa tabi ng entrance mo na best for Pokemon Go or Pokemon Go discount. Just bring your smartphone with Pokemon Go. You get 5%.
Tas dapat ang poster mo, kita mo nagbibisikleta, nakalabas ang telepono, nakatingin sa telepono, tas may bus na parating. Yeah.
Damn, Daniel. Zek says, as long as may tier set, walang problema tulad ng Pokemon X and Y. Ubers have their own tier as well as overused, underused. I didn't know may tier yan.
So yun yung classic that he's referring to yung yung current na Pokemon series, game series.
Yeah.
That's for yung competitive purposes. That's what we were also discussing earlier. Parang medyo limited pa yung opportunity to compete against others dun sa Pokemon Go. So I'm sure once maging feature yung competition na a similar tier of ito mga malalakas, ito yung mga mahihina, ito yung mga overpowered, OMG, must nerf. So I'm sure lalabas din yan.
What's the Pokemon for Kokak?
I'm sure may palakan na Pokemon. And that you can ask our audience, ano bang malakas na palakan na Pokemon?
Frog Pokemon. There we go. Oh, yung bago. What's it? Froaki.
Uy, ba?
Water Pokemon Froaki.
Okay. So eto nag-report yung mga viewers natin. Yes, the initial catching will work.
Yeah.
No, so kasi built-in na yan sa open.
You don't need any gameplay elements on the map to catch your first.
You can catch your starter, pero after that, the map will not offer you any options. Talagang nakatunganga ka lang sa mapa regardless of where you are. So the first catch will work, tapos pagkatapos nun wala na.
Yeah, you can't catch anymore. I mean, do you want to see it? Kasi apparently people want proof. Do you not have Pokemon Go? Did you not install it? Mga nanonood. Let me go full screen here real quick. There we go. My hair is a mess. See, I'm loading the game. Loading. Still loading up. There it is. Oh no, you'll see where I live. Buti walang street names.
Ayan, pero yun nga, if you'll notice, after you catch nga your first, kahit nasaan ka pumunta, kahit saan ka mapa pumunta, or saan ka pumunta sa mapa, there's no, blanco lang siya.
There's no points of interest at all.
Walang point of interest. Kasi, in a fully working game, like
there
sa
would
US,
be Pokemon littered around in gyms and Pokemon stadiums and stuff.
You could swipe across the map and see na, etong location na to, merong feature dito. Etong location na to, may ganito. The fact na yung mapa natin dito sa Pilipinas is featureless, meaning naka-disable siya.
Yeah, I actually played this before na block tayo IP-wise. And inabutan ko yung may mga Pokemon sa paligid pa. Yes. So, this not having any Pokemon around me means wala na, they've disabled people playing, or at least they've disabled all of the gameplay elements, whereas people can play in other countries that are not allowed. Parang ganon. I don't know, Gadget Addict has an iPhone, so he can try on the iOS.
I haven't tried it on iOS either, so I don't know if it's disabled there also or not.
Let's ask Gadget Addict. He hasn't tried it again, so I'm willing to assume it's still the same. It's the same server, eh. 'Di ba?
Yeah, probably. Ay, by the way, Alex,
Hmm.
napag-usapan nyo sa last week na show yung yung mga releases ng Zenfone 3.
Yeah, and kung kailan siya lalabas, it's
Okay,
gonna be coming August.
okay,
We've discussed the specs before.
no problem.
And yun na nga, it's apparently coming August. We'll see. We'll see kung
So,
kailan talaga siya.
yeah, there should be some leaks soon. O at least yung pricing. Actually, yun
Yeah.
yung ko eh. Yung pricing dito sa Pinas yung yung natitira lang na major news.
Yeah, I mean, what was this? There's even a rumored other lower end variant for the Zenfone 3,
Mm.
lower than the standard Zenfone 3,
Oo.
which I decided not to report on kasi medyo hilaw pa yung rumor.
Mm.
Sabi ni Benj Panganiban, sadly hindi ko ma-install ng Go kasi 4 GB storage ko. Dude, you need to upgrade. Zek says, my friend caught a Magikarp. Nice one. Aaron says, who wants to go to Australia?
Nowadays, talagang unusable na ang telepono with just 4 gig internal. Kailangan
Yeah,
mo talaga is
yeah,
even 8 gig is bitin na eh. Kailangan mo at least 16 just to have something that's workable for everyday use. And wala pang gaming dyan, sa 16 gig na yan.
yeah. Fun fact, I guess, fun fact. There was somebody who commented on the Star Mobile Play Click video ko. The Play Click is yung budget phone ni Star Mobile that Smart is also discounting. What's the proper term? Carrier subsidy.
Carrier subsidy.
So, sinubsidize ni Smart, naging 1288 na lang siya. And one comment said, bakit 2 gigs lang yung natitira sa storage ko out of 4 gigs of ROM? And I couldn't find it in my heart to reply kasi it's the HO, I mean, so it's the pretty common issue with phones that are 4 gigs and below, right? 4 gigs of ROM and below is that people don't assume that the actual phone will take up some space. Diba?
Yep.
Saan naman ilalagay? Where do you think ilalagay nung system yung files niya? It doesn't have a hidden partition, hidden file system to put this
Sa SD card daw,
data.
Brad. Sa SD card daw.
Wala kang SD card. I mean, if you build a PC, do you think sa mo i-install yung yung OS? Wala namang hidden hard drive yung CPU, di ba? You install it, it will take up space on your hard drive, which you install. You have a 250 gig hard drive or 120 gig hard drive or SSD, whatever. Mababawasan ng, let's say, 10 gigs yan, 5 gigs minimum.
Yep. And yun nga eh. I mean, they've been reporting naman the same thing for decades now with PCs eh, na
Yeah.
it comes with 500 gig, whatever, but you're not getting the full 500 gig, obviously.
Yes.
So, people having different expectations for
Storage.
mobile storage is a little bit weird.
I mean, I understand that they're being told na 4 gigs yung ROM. I think it's just the way it's advertised or the way it's whatever. They're never told at all ever in between being told that it's 4 gig and buying it that don't expect the 4 gigs. It's just a lot of it's never said that don't expect full 4 gigs. Parang ganon, I guess. So certain brands have started reporting their free storage after boot up or after the initial experience. Pero hindi na popularize eh. Hindi popular yung dinedeclare mo yung free storage mo eh, di ba? Let's see here. Well, what are we talking about? I think Gadget Addict is talking about the Star Mobile. The downside is both SIM slots are locked, but otherwise a good phone for the price. Wala pang...
Parehong slots, locked?
So, Star Mobile Play Click, here's the thing. I've actually mentioned this before sa video ko. I don't know why people are going up in arms about this. The Star Mobile Play Click, the first SIM has a pre-installed SIM that has the free data, whatever, right? And that the first pre-installed SIM is locked to that SIM only. You can't even change it to another smart SIM or anything. It's one SIM and that SIM only. So you're forced to use that SIM if you want to use that phone. The next SIM, SIM 2, has a TNT SIM pre-installed, but that is locked to smart carriers, but you can swap it to any smart carrier SIM.
Okay, so kumbaga, yung first, it's so, in other words, it's not really dual SIM, no? You only have one SIM slot that that is swappable, but it's also locked to smart network, basically.
Well,
if you're saying that the first SIM slot can only be used with one SIM, which comes equipped, then basically you're saying, okay, this isn't really dual SIM.
Well, yeah. Technicality's sake, I mean, for hardware-wise, there are two SIM slots you can access. Software-wise or limitations-wise, the first SIM can only be used with the SIM that it came with.
Oh.
So it is
not dual
dual.
SIM
It is dual SIM, but it is kind of locked to certain SIMs. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you get the idea.
Oh. Kasi yun nga, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad move by them to lock the SIM, pero they have to set expectations with the with the buyers na this isn't really dual SIM. Kasi inappropriate na namin yung SIM 1.
I guess you should say
hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin for any other purpose.
It's SIM plus one.
Oh.
It's SIM plus one.
Oo. 1.5 SIM.
Yeah. Katanungan ng bayan sa mga bagong cellphone, pwede ba Pokemon ka sa cellphone na yan? I guess. Trainer says, Desmune muna ako. What do you mean, Desmune? Any suggestion, 8,000 pesos with good specs and superb internal storage? Isn't that the question?
8,000, marami naman choices. Pero, pwede, yan eh, the best answer you can get for that, and plug na to, plug.
Okay.
Post in the BTS Facebook group.
Ako I might
respond within 2 hours.
Let's see. I would go with the try the Flash Plus 2. There's a 3 gig 32. Oh my god. Search for the Flash Plus 2 Flash USB sig lumabas.
Hindi, siya eh. Kailangan mo i-select yung mobiles and tablets.
Yeah, that's what I'm
medyo sablay ang sablay ang search logic ni
I know. Yeah. Here it is. You can try out the Flash Plus 2. I wanted to put this in this was a mini topic for me, but just in case you wanted to know, the 3
gig... let's jump into this now. We were talking about this earlier.
But it's a mini topic lang naman because there is already Flash Plus 2. We've already talked about the Flash Plus 2. It's just that the 3 gig 32 ROM variant is now available. So yun lang yung nagbago. It's now 8,490, I believe. Ano yung price nung isa? It could have been, I think it was just Flash Plus 2.
Ang 8,000, I think yung una pinag-usapan natin that was around 8K din eh. Teka.
I think so. So it's only a 500 peso increase? No, 7,000. 6,990 versus 8,490. So it's 7,000 versus 8,400. So 1,500 increase for 1 gig of RAM extra and 16 gigs more storage. That's not bad.
Wait, you're referring to the 2 gig version of the Flash Plus 2?
Yeah.
Or yung Flash Plus mismo na orig?
No, not the Flash Plus na orig. Although that's still a pretty good deal, Flash Plus na orig. It's a little old in the tooth and the software is so old. It's really ugly. Let's see. GN Parinas, what's up? root the phone to unlock it, sabi ni Robert Raimundo. What phone are you talking about?
Correction you rooting the phone does not unlock it.
Yeah.
Iba pa yung
SIM locks.
unlocking yung SIM lock kaysa rooting. You can actually unlock a phone without rooting it, and you can root a phone and not unlock anything. So hiwalay siya. Natutunan ko na yan by experience. So
Yeah.
don't assume na because the phone is rootable means na kaya rin siyang i-unlock.
Yeah, true. Gian Parinas is here. What's up? I'm running Windows and magkano daw 2 terabyte I actually don't know. 2 terabyte micro SD. Ronnie J. Tino, what's up? Desmume daw is a DS emulator. Guys, stop emulating. Play new games. Ang daming games sa mundo. Just kidding. Gadget Addict says they should update the advertising because it says SIM 1 is locked but doesn't mention SIM 2 being locked to smart. Well, the thing is, it's not locked to smart. It's locked to smart and all smart partners.
Because, so it's Trinet locked. Yun yung dapat na sabihin. Trinet locked.
Trinet locked. I don't. It's not. You can't use any Globe related products on it. Basically, right?
In fairness naman, I mean, when you look at it, medyo I can kind of understand why Smart did it. I mean, I don't agree with it, pero I can understand why they did it. Kasi ang problema ng Smart tsaka Globe with selling dual SIM phones is typically yung second SIM slot unlocked siya. So
which means hindi mo mabenta because gagamitin nila sa kabilang network.
Oo nga.
They're gonna use it for dirty things. And basically, they just sold you a subsidized phone that you'll eventually use for their competitor. And that's not something they want to subsidize.
Exactly.
Daryl Simin, what's up? Umabot daw si Daryl. Let's see, who's commenting? Joel Casares says, late na ba ako, Kuya Alex? Actually, you haven't formally started the show, but we've been talking about Pokemon Go. So if you didn't want to miss Pokemon Go...
Isang oras na tayo nagsasalita, di pa tayo nagsisimula.
Technically, hindi pa. What are we talking about here? 2 terabyte micro SD, what a disaster of data loss. Watch out for, si Gian knows what he's doing. He knows a lot about gadgets and he has some money to spend, so he knows what he's doing, but I wouldn't recommend it for a lot of people to buy a large micro SD, particularly because you're not gonna fill it. Number two, they're volatile memory systems. They're not designed for longevity, kind of, right? And it's very easy to lose.
At saka, for practicality purposes, anong ilalagay mo sa 2 terabyte na micro SD na ilalagay mo sa telepono?
Yeah.
The only possible reason I could think of that you would need 2 terabytes of data is if sandamakmak yung porno na gusto mong panoorin sa telepono mo.
The other thing is not a lot of devices can recognize 2 terabytes micro SDs. There are some. Most modern phones are limited to 64 gig right now, right?
Actually, yung mga modern flagships ngayon, up to 128 nababasa nila.
Yeah, okay. 64, 128. I mean, I play it safe by saying 64. But yes, that's basically, Anyway, so the first hour was mostly Pokemon Go and chatting. I will formally, kasi I actually charged my phone, my soundboard muna, and then so we can kind of start. It's 11:15. All right, let's go. What is up, guys? Alex here from the secondclass.com, and welcome to the Big Sam Show. It's Saturday, July 9th, 2016. Welcome to the show. The Big Time Show is a live YouTube tech stuff. And
Pokemon Go stuff.
And Pokemon Go. Or Pokemon Go podcast.
Yun.
Dude, alam mo yun, I actually wanted to create a YouTube channel dedicated to my Pokemon Go adventures. Kasi I could go out every day, strap a GoPro in my face or something, right? And then just walk around. Or ilalagay ko yung GoPro dun sa ibabaw ng smartphone ko, right? So the GoPro can see me my selfie cam. Actually, I can record via the selfie cam of the phone then if I wanted to. And just document like, oh, hey, I'm walking over here. I'm catching this Pokemon. I don't know how many people will be interested in that. But I'm sure with the amount of people looking, I don't know. Maybe Nintendo will. Nintendo is very strict with their IPs on YouTube. So baka mahirap, di ba? But I guess that's not such a good idea thinking back. But welcome to the show. Our guest for today is Sir Migs. Please introduce Sir.
Sir, so good evening to everybody. I am Migs Calleja. I am a part-time reviewer on the Technoclast website
Uh-huh.
and a part-time guest as well on
Yeah.
BTS. I believe my last guested show was the year-end show.
Wow. Wow.
No,
It was a long time
Teka
ago.
lang. No. I think, hindi. Meron na rin akong sinalihan this year pala.
I think so.
Yeah. So, hindi pala yung year-end show. No. I think, definitely meron na ako isang show na nag-guestan, earlier this year. So,
Yeah, I'm
correction na
pretty
lang
sure.
yan.
I'm pretty
And you can get in touch with me on Twitter at Leche1982. Just if you have any tech questions, gadget questions, feel free to hit me up.
Yo. All right. He's also occasionally replying and commenting and kokaking on Big Time Show community group.
Panggulo, ako yung dakilang panggulo doon.
I'm pretty sure you can just alam nyo guys, lahat ng threads sa community, you can just type kokak and it's a legal comment. It doesn't matter kung ano yung sabihin nyo with that kokak. You just say kokak and then it could be sarcastic, you could be supportive. Anong magandang phone? Kokak. And then okay na yun.
Oh,
That's gonna be my answer.
lahat ng phone kokak.
Gadget Addict is trying to figure out your Twitter handle. It's Leche,
T-H-E.
yeah, T-H-E. That's
C-H-E.
C-H-E.
L-E. Leche. L-E-C-H-E. As in Spanish for milk.
Oh, ganun ba yun? Akala ko leche as in leche ka. Parang...
Actually, yun naman talaga yung original na meaning niya, yung
Spanish for
Pero
milk.
dito sa Pinas, ginawa na rin siyang mura.
Wait, so when I say leche, you're a milk?
Kung nasa Spain ka, oo, you're a milk.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so leche is like leche flan, right?
Oo.
Yeah. What's flan? What does flan mean?
Usapang pagkain na yan. Pero ang flan, siya, it's another name for custard.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. All right, so welcome to the show, guys. You're watching the Big Time Show. I'm actually gonna scroll down and see some statistics here. There are two
Just to
people
Just to
watching
respond
the
to
show.
Gadget Addict, yes, that's correct. That's the right spelling.
No, he got Leche 1982. He's gonna follow. He's on Twitter a lot. See Gadget Addict. He
Yep.
doesn't do Facebook. He does Twitter.
Mm.
All right, so our topics for today. Welcome to the show. We've already covered one of our bigger topics, the Pokemon Go, more like Bormono, right? Am I right? So we've already talked about Pokemon Go, and that's one of our main topics, and that's already checked na. Good. If you're a gamer and also on a budget, there's a new graphics card for you, possibly the NVIDIA 1060. I know usually we talk about phones here, but just in case, I know people here are also gamers. So, but not necessarily all of them are PC Master Race type gamers that they can afford new graphics cards and discuss about. But just keep it in mind, just as as something to put in your mind bank that this is a new graphics card that you might be aiming for in case you have the money to upgrade. In terms of phones, we have a bunch of X's. XXX XX. And particularly, I'm not too excited about these because I'm not too excited. I don't think phones are the ano ba, interesting topic for the week, interesting, discussion for the week, because these are pretty standard. These aren't even in the Philippines yet, yung LG ones. LG has new X phones. X gon' give it to you.
Yeah, and we'll get into those in a bit, lalo na yung Sony X phones. But
Yeah.
yung sinabi mo earlier, it's not the major news this week. I agree with that, and
Yeah.
we'll get into that in a bit, lalo na when we get to the Sony phones.
Right. Actually, before we get into those ones, and this is actually a phone-related topic. There is a rumored Cloudfone flagship coming. I don't even know if it's gonna be a flagship, right? But here are the purported specs of this Cloudfone device, and I have it highlighted on screen right now. I don't know if you can you read that size font? It's okay.
Yep. No, basa naman.
Right, so I want to discuss this quickly kasi I don't have any pictures or anything. It's supposedly a metal phone daw. Metal! Yeah! And then may fingerprint scanner daw. So let me put it in there. Fingerprint plus metal build. Okay, so there's no name for this new Cloudfone device. But the specs are here. It says Qualcomm octa-core 1.4 gigahertz. Now, there's several Qualcomm octa-cores 1.4 ba? Or what do you recall is a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core Snapdragon?
810.
Is
The
810?
infamous, the 810 is octa-core.
Yeah, but is it 1.4 gigahertz?
Teka, I'm double checking the specs now.
I think it's 1.8.
Oo. Pero take note, you can take an 810 and underclock it.
Oh. See, the thing is, the Snapdragon 615 started at 1.7 gigahertz. Binaba siya to 1.5, di ba?
Oo.
I don't know. What's a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core? 615, 617?
The 6 series is hexa-core eh.
No, 615 is octa.
No,
right?
615 is hexa.
No. That's octa-core. That's why it sucks.
Teka. But i-double check natin.
The only hexa-core is 808. Let's see here. I'm gonna read some comments here. The Kokak Show. Followed you on Twitter daw, sabi ni Gadget Addict. Leche pwe. Kokak na naman, Auri Leche. Joel Casares says, J5 2016 versus Zenfone Laser 5. I don't even know what the specs on the J5 2016 is. Mas mura pa rin si RX 480. Yes, mas mura pa rin si RX 480.
Tama ka Alex, it's octa-core.
Octa-core, yeah.
Yung nasa utak ko yung na-hexa yung yung teka, titingnan ko siya ngayon. Octa-core pwedeng 617 siya kasi ang 617 is 1.5. So pwede siyang 1.5 na down na underclock.
Sabi ni MP Monsi, 615 yan, promise. Promise! What's up, Nepgear? Konbanwa des. That's not even Japanese. Sabi ni Gian Parina, 6753. It can't be 6753. They said Qualcomm. Here's a Montes Snapdragon 617 siguro. But let's skip that. Let's skip that part, right? It says 4 gigs of RAM, 5.2-inch Full HD, 2.5D Gorilla Glass, or glass, they didn't say Gorilla Glass. 32 gigs of storage, so pretty decent in terms of storage. 16 megapixel plus 8 megapixels front. 3000 milliamp hour battery. I believe this is USB Type-C. I don't know. Android Marshmallow,
Mhm.
fingerprint and metal build, and it's gonna be under 10,000.
Hopefully, if it's Marshmallow with the fingerprint scanner, ano na siya, yung
Imprint.
ano na yung Nexus imprint.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's still Nexus imprint sa ibang phones, but it's maybe a Google imprint, Android imprint na lang sa iba kasi it's not Nexus
Probably.
na eh.
Yeah, probably of course.
Yeah.
Pero as long as the same software is included, pabor ako diyan kasi
Yeah.
malaking big fan ako ng implementation ng imprint
Yeah.
na ginawa nila.
And I like the fact that the phones that I've been using that came from Lollipop with fingerprint scanners, when they updated to Marshmallow, they actually shifted to Nexus or Android imprint.
Agree.
And the thing that happens is you have to re-register your fingerprints. But
Mm.
it's a good thing nonetheless, diba? Kasi it's a standard na you can use it for authorization on certain apps and Google Android Pay. Unfortunately, wala sa atin, but it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now pero meron ako naalalang article na for one phone, ang fingerprint scanner niya may security issue kasi yung fingerprint sinesave to a graphics file.
Yeah, probably. So pwedeng i-hack.
Oo.
Do you know, have you heard this one? I believe it's relevant because we're going to talk about them soon. The new Xperia X series, in the United States, they physically have a fingerprint scanner on the power button on the right ribbing of the phone, right?
Mm-mm.
But they've disabled it via software because they have legal issues. Yung fingerprint scanner nila sa United States.
Patent issues yun if I remember
Patent
correctly.
issues,
Kasi,
something like that.
patented in the US. So, medyo limited yung options ni Sony doon. But because the patent is limited to the US,
Everywhere else.
everywhere else walang issues with
Yeah.
the fingerprint scanner.
But that's just sad, no? Your software is gimping your actual phone in a country where you're about to die. You're about to lose a lot of and you're losing market share by the minute in the United States already, and your company is already going down the drain. Diba?
Yep.
It's sad eh. Kaya medyo they lugin na nga sila. They're having trouble there, and now they have to disable their fingerprint scanner, thereby making their phones a lot less compelling. So that sucks for them.
Oo.
Not for us. I mean, nasa ibang bansa tayo.
Oo. Well, I don't think naman it's going to be the main reason na magkaka-issue sila this year. I think they have bigger issues than that.
Yeah,
And
true.
we'll get into that when we jump into the Sony phones
Yeah.
mismo. I have a lot to say about the lumabas na Sony
Okay.
phones
I
this year.
didn't know you had a lot to say. Let's see here.
At
Sabi ni Aaron, 600 series. Yan. Sabi ni Zek, good gaming laptops go by 45k to 60k. Yes, exactly. GM Parina says, Cloudfone advertising 1.4 GHz Octa Reality 1.3 GHz quad. Huwag niya naman ganyan din. Zek is asking, Nep, where do you live in Japan? I went there last year and it's wonderful. Joel Casares, hindi gaming lapi ha, pang-aral, idol. Kala ko yung sa smartphone sinasabi mo. Nepgear says, hi! I don't know if that means hi as in hi or hi! Hiya! Hi! MP Monsi, kamusta yung Lenovo K5 Note? What do you mean? Huh?
Lenovo K5 Note daw. What are your opinions on it?
There is no Lenovo K5 Note. There was a K4 Note. There was a K5 announced. I don't know why kamusta. Hi, how are you, K5? I don't know. There's no local launch, I think, right? We'll figure.
Wala pang Philippine launch.
Yeah. I don't know why you're asking kamusta. I don't have an opinion about it. I don't know if this is going to be released in the Philippines. If you want my opinion about the K5 Note, I'm gonna wait for the release or at least better availability here before I talk about it.
Mm.
Netgear says she is in Osaka.
Ah, astig ng Osaka. That's all I can say.
There you go. Pang-aral and transformer people are laptops are always being discussed on our chat. I don't know why. People want to play games on their laptops for some reason. Gian Parenas says Helio X20. MP says check nyo CMK Koya, may K5 Note na po. Alright, let's check it. For you, I don't remember this. I don't remember this being announced, launched, or what. I just remember talking about the specs of the K5 Note. But let's see. Gamdias. May Gamdias na siya. Where's the Gamdias? No Gamdias. Headset, keyboard. What we're talking about? Lenovo. Lenovo S1, P1, pocket projector, K4, A7000, A6020. Oh, it's the... Wait, is it this? K5 LTE?
K5 lang, hindi siya K5 Note.
No, they said K5 Note eh.
Kaya nga, pa-zoomin nga nun, yung K5 LTE. Ano size niya? 5.5?
It says 5 inches.
That's not the Note. The Note is 5.5 eh.
Ito. Meron siyang sariling page. So let me just go straight to the page. Here it is.
Oh, yun, 5.5. Oo. Ayan, yan.
Let's see here. With free VR and mini controller for games, cash price 11,300. 1 year official Lenovo warranty. Huh, interesting.
So, I guess it's out.
I guess it's out kung binibin. Yeah, sometimes CMK does break the launch date though. So that's good. Let's see, what are the specs niya? We have 5.5 inch Full HD, dual SIM, 3 gig RAM, 32 gigs of storage. That's pretty good. 13 megapixel, 8 megapixel. It's Android Marshmallow. Android octa-core 1.8. What? Android octa-core 1.8.
That has to be MediaTek kasi GPU niya mali eh.
Oh, it's Helio P10.
Helio. Okay.
Yeah, 6755M. Not bad.
Oh,
But
64 PS, not bad. 11K though. Yun,
11.3.
ano yung ano niya? Ano yung RAM niya?
3 gigs.
3 gigs. Okay.
Zook Z1?
Diba, ito ano ba yung ano? Ano yung processor ng Cherry M1?
It's Helio P10 as well.
P10 din, di ba? And that's under 10K.
Yeah, no. It's what? 11 ata?
11 din.
Oh.
Okay. So it's comparable actually. If that's how you want to discuss it.
Yeah.
It's pretty comparable and at least medyo...
No, wait. The M1 is X10, ha? X10. So it's a Deca core. It's 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4.
Okay, so
it's like little big and bigger.
So I mean you're spending pero yun yung comparison mo eh. You're comparing this phone with the M1.
Yeah.
And between the two, if you're just looking at specs, you might lean in favor of the M1. If you're just looking at specs.
Yeah, looking at specs, yeah.
So, if malaking bagay sa yung gaming capability, then you might want to look harder at the M1. Although sinasabi nga niya, meron siyang accessories for gaming.
So the one thing I want to highlight here is it says coming soon, not available now.
Oo, totoo. So, baka nga, like what Alex said earlier, baka nga si CMK, binuking lang niya at hindi pa release.
Yeah. Most likely. And that's what I'm willing to bet. They put the specs on there. They're usually very early when it comes to sasabihin sa kanila ng manufacturer. They already have pages for it and stuff. And then just, availability na lang. But yeah, I guess it's a good indication na darating ito.
Dual nano SIM, 35 mAh, I assume this has LTE na. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to have. Kasi ano na may P10 na eh.
Oo.
I don't know. It's okay.
I mean for the price, it looks interesting, and if you're a gamer, you'll appreciate the accessories na kasama niya.
Yeah.
So parang file this under phones that people will probably want you to review.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting interested kind of, but I know I can counter this with better value phones. Still though,
That parang I think what people will be interested in is not a review of the specs, but they want to see you play it with that VR and controller. They want to see, okay, how does this deliver a overall gaming experience?
see, but the thing is, okay, I wanna just clear the air when it comes to Lenovo related VR. I don't know if it's the same dito sa K5 Note, but even that the K4 Note is such a near hindi naman near and dear, but K4, K5, it's like it's same line of products, right? Lenovo introduced their own quote-unquote VR technology called the Theater Max. They didn't even call it VR. They call it the Theater Max, and they've created their own goggles that could strap the phone onto your face as well, similar to a HMD, a head-mounted display, typical of a cardboard. But the thing is, Lenovo's implementation of their head-mounted display does not is more for watching your screen in its full 16:9 ratio area, right? So they've designed yung head. I guess it's hard to explain, but they designed the headset to see the screen without warping it in a semicircle curve around your head. It's flat in front of you.
Yep.
It's only flat. It doesn't look like may paligid mo. It's flat in front of you, but it's in very, very close to your eyes. And it's designed for you to watch certain like 2D videos and 2D movies and stuff like that. That's why it's called Theater Max. I've used it a lot watching Netflix. Ang pinaka gusto ko dun sa Theater Max, and not here's the thing, it's not 100% foolproof cardboard compatible. Kasi iba yung lenses na gamit nila. It's not the lenses that take the warped circular image that the Google creates, ba? Kasi on the screen when you see it, it's circular, diba? And then the lenses will take that and make it wrap around your eyes. No, the lenses ng Lenovo Theater Max head-mounted display will take the pixel per pixel and just enlarge it in your eyes. So iba siya. It doesn't warp the display. The thing that makes that good is the implementation ng Lenovo sa kanilang phones. Is you can anywhere you want on any interface, you can press and hold the power button. Lilitaw, turn on Theater Max mode, and then magsi-split screen yung display. It'll mirror two displays at the same time horizontally on your screen, making you watch anything on the Lenovo Theater Max. It doesn't have to be VR. It's actually non-VR into head-mounted. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Ang pinakamagandang use for that is to consume non-VR content on a big display on your eyes. And I've used that more to consume non-VR content when nung ginagamit ko yung K4 Note than using cardboard, because cardboard is annoying to watch stuff on, sa totoo lang. Because when you move your head, wala na sa viewpoint mo, di ba?
Yep.
The beauty of the Lenovo thing is it works on everything. So that's why I used it on Netflix a lot. Hihiga ako, I put on the Theater Max headset, I'll turn on Netflix, and the full screen Netflix is all on my eyes. If I move my head, hindi siya gagalaw. It's straight into me, straight in front of me, all the time. That's not VR, but walang gyroscope siyang ginagamit. But think about it. YouTube, there's a Google Card mode sa YouTube, right? It creates a small window in front of you.
Mm.
You can do Theater Max. It's not going to be a small window. It's going to be a big window. And if you move your head, it's going to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So yun yung difference ng Theater Max technology versus the Google Cardboard version of watching stuff. And I'm going to say, when it says free VR on the K5 Note, that it's going to be Lenovo Theater Max.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, right? Kasi that's the
Yep.
technology that they're promoting. Now, I'm not saying it's not 100%. It's not. It can be used for cardboard. It can be used for cardboard. You have to use one of their a different. Kasi cardboard actually has yung QR codes that you can use on the app to change the characteristics of the VR itself.
Mm.
You can use a slightly appropriate setting for your cardboard, and it will appropriate a decent enough experience for VR, but it's not perfect. Yung slightly parang mali, parang you feel like you're zoomed out a little bit.
Mm.
So yun yung difference niya when you're using the VR nung Lenovo Theater Max. It's not a actual cardboard experience designed for VR, but it does the job enough. And I actually like it. And namimiss ko yung Lenovo K4 Note ko that pinahiram sa akin is because when I'm watching Netflix or YouTube and gusto ko humiga, I can't. I have to hold my phone in front of me. I'm sorry kung masyado mahirap i-explain ito sa mga nanonood, mga ating viewers, but I wanted to explain it that way. Hopefully nagets nyo. I know it's pretty complex. Let's see here. The comments say, what's going on? You're talking about Nepgear says I own an S7 standard. Nepgear is from Japan. Don't worry, they have the money. By the way, any news on the Nintendo NX? No news at all.
Wala pa. Not at this time.
Let's see here. March 2017, Nintendo 2017. Did they announce it at E3? I didn't think so. No, they didn't announce the NX at E3.
Hold off pa nila. They'll probably announce it. Kasi ang E3 is, beginning of the year. So, they'll probably announce it, next year na.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed any other important comments here. Sorry, Kuya Alex, coming soon pa lang pala. There you go. That's okay, dude. Umaasa ako sa mga Indian tech channels para sa price ng Xiaomi, Vivo, Zuck phones. Parang pamatay na rin ito sa K4 Note. I think the K4 Note still holds a decent... What's up, Icy Hot USA? From Houston, Texas. So there's the K5 Note. I think we spent a lot of time talking about that thing for no reason.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go. Balik tayo sa main topics natin.
What were we talking about before that?
Kasi magdadalawang oras na tayo, di pa tayo pumapasok sa main topics natin.
Alright. So, what was there? Teka lang. Oh yeah, the Cloudfone, right? So that's the Cloudfone. I guess it's kind of interesting for under 10,000.
Yeah.
I would like regardless of what the Qualcomm is, it's bound to be decent.
If it's 617, then at least the throttling problem solved na.
Yeah.
So it should be workable for gaming, full HD, under 10K if lahat to okay, and the batteries at least gets you through the day. It'll be something that people will rightly be interested in.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's just that we don't know kailan lalabas. Sometimes Cloudfone takes a while. So, I wanted to talk about this. Hindi lang lumitaw yung picture though, unfortunately. Well, never mind. It's just a headphone na 1,000 pesos from Ekotek, and I don't think it's going to be any good. So, let's move on. Let's see. What have we not talked about? Let me... Oh yeah, ito yung picture. I have a picture.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people are interested in headphones, and apparently they like the cheap headphones.
Of course.
And when I say cheap, sometimes I also mean not of quality.
Mm.
But I'm not saying this is not of quality. I'm just assuming it's very hard to actually find, decent headphones. And when it's 999, and you know what, the whole of the world of the entire world is 99% cheap headphones. Do you know how cheap it is to make headphones?
Yep.
You can walk to Shenzhen, it's like 50 pesos each, right? And that's why people are. That's why making headphones is such a lucrative business. Is because you can just go to Shenzhen and order 1,000 pieces of your custom headphones that you'll just add BTS or something on the brand and sell for I don't know, 1,000 pesos, and then kumikita ka na. Because low-end headphones are so easy to build, and the sound quality is average at best. I'm not saying I've reviewed this. I haven't reviewed this, but here's the specs here. And obviously, pag pumunta ka sa ibang blogs, pinupuri nila to front and back because why not? Because they got it for free. Let's read it. Ride the sound waves like a pro with the Echo Wave. It can take heat. It can take the heat like a pro headphone with an impedance of 32 ohms. That means you can plug the Echo Wave into your favorite mobile gadgets. That's not a good thing, okay? That's standard. And you even use it with professional audio equipment such as amplifiers and mixers, blah, 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 blah. Aside from the built-in comfort cushions around its ear pads, Echo Wave's equally comfy headband can be custom fits with its built-in adjuster for anti-head bobbing accident. Look, these are pretty standard. All of these features come with anything. Kung gawa sa tinik yung headphones mo, it's not something you'll sell. So, yeah. We're looking at, here we go, speaker at 32 impedance. Frequency response is 20 kilohertz, chord length, whatever, pretty standard, and its price is 999 pesos. So if you're looking for a affordable over-the-ear headphones, it looks like it's not. Wait, on-ear. I'm gonna say it's on-ear headphones. I guess you can try the Echo Wave headphones. I don't know. Ito yung isa sa mga topics na inisip ko pwedeng i-filler, and then apparently nilagay ko na lang, nag-usapan ko na. But I guess you can try it if you're looking for headphones, 999 pesos. Guys, just buy a Xiaomi Mi headphones. Just buy a Xiaomi Piston, please. Just buy a freaking Xiaomi Piston. Diba? For God's sake. For God's sake, just buy a Xiaomi Piston. It's 780 pesos, right? Or something like that. Jesus. Okay, let's move on.
Well, in fairness naman, baka considering naman na how Xiaomi is as a supplier dito, the piston may not exactly be that easy to get. I'm just saying.
Is it hard to find them?
I've had reports na before na mabilis siya ma-out of stock.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, may mga nakikita pa rin ako reseller though. Very important. What the hell? Is this 555 pesos? Fake siguro to. Imported. No, ships from abroad. That's why it's 555.
That's why that's why medyo mahirap na siya kagilapin ngayon kasi yung local stocks, as far as I know, are practically ubos na.
Okay.
So, if you're not willing to risk getting something from abroad, yung imported, then you're forced to look for options na available dito.
All right. That's okay. A phone that is made from Cloudfone. Cheap headphones, 10 out of 10 IGN.
Hindi. Gusto mo ng made out of cloud. Pag-usapan natin yung nangyayari sa India ngayon, yung yung $4 smartphone na kalokohan na yan.
Yeah, tapos may utang yung gobyerno sa kanila.
Hindi. Ito ang balita dyan. So, nag-promise sila, we will sell you a smartphone for $4. For the equivalent of $4.
Yeah.
Ngayon, what they're doing is, they're telling the government, hey, we are providing this essential service to the Indian public, no?
Uh-huh.
But due to financial constraints, we will be unable to fulfill our orders. Please subsidize us to the tune of X million dollars.
What? Really? Okay.
Ito, i-ping ko sa yung link, no? Basically, they're trying to scam the government.
Wow. Pero did they actually intend to sell $4 smartphones uh, to make profit?
They're, they're parang basically ang itong
Or what originally pinlan na nila talaga na ganun?
feeling ko pinano na to kasi what they're trying the loophole they're trying to abuse is if they're
Parang
providing
government support, government subsidy.
if they're trying to provide a basic service daw kuno, then dapat pwede silang suportahan ng gobyerno through subsidy.
Okay.
So, what they're trying to argue is that because of the demand for their $4 smartphone, this is a basic service.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's scandalous, and that's why I didn't cover that for $4 phone. I mean, people have been wanting, nung lumabas siya, it was like excited yung mga tao, talk about the $4 phone. Yeah.
Mas malala pa pala siya. Ang hinihingi lang subsidy $7.4 billion.
Wow. That's a lot of money, dude.
Eto, yan, pining ko na sa inyo yung link. Kalokohan to basta as mentioned, they're trying to take advantage of a loophole na pag basic service dapat subsidized ng gobyerno. So
the
they're trying
maker of the $4 smartphone is now asking the government to pitch in $7.4 billion to avoid losses. Naglo-load pa siya.
So essentially, alam na nila na selling at $4 each, at a loss sila.
But did you see the actual phone? The phones themselves are pretty cheap-looking crap, diba?
It's a 4-inch. It's a 4-inch phone that would probably cost maybe ang equivalent dito would be mga 1,000, 1,500 pesos.
Yeah. Oh.
So parang it's going to cost them sa India the equivalent of 1,000, or it should cost India the equivalent of 1,000, 1,500 pesos, but they're pricing it at the equivalent of 200 pesos.
Well, unfortunately, the website is not fully loading for my browser, so hindi ako makapag-scroll.
Baka naka-block ka.
I don't know. Naka-accelerate. I turn off acceleration, GPU hardware acceleration on Chrome para makita siya ng software. Ng
May mga plugins ka ba for scripts? Baka piniprevent nila magano eh.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, whatever. Anyway, I'll just close it.
Ikwento ko yung key article dito. The maker of the phone will be losing $13 per unit in production.
I see. So it's about $17.
Oo. So ang cost nila is $17.
1,000 nga siya. 800 pesos eh.
Oo, yun na nga. So it's something that you would sell dito sa Pinas for about 1,000.
Yeah.
Selling it at 200, so they're incurring about 800 pesos in loss.
No, but I thought they got lots of subsidies kasi. Like not subsidies from the government, but subsidies from sponsors and stuff. I don't know. It was super weird. And dun pa lang hindi na ako naniniwala sa kanila eh. Kasi $4 phone, I'm sure there's a catch. And I was thinking, baka may ads yung phone, baka may pre-installed crapware na adware, something like that's what. To be honest, that's what Asus does. To make their phones as affordable as possible. They install a lot of this crapware crap because those companies pay them to put bloatware on their phone. So that's what I thought made this phone $4. Is maraming bloatware crap.
Well, they tried that. Ito, their plan was to use advertising and app deals to make the phones, but those deals have only been able to bring the loss figure down to $2 to $4 per unit. So kumbaga, worst case scenario, they're still losing about $4.
Yeah, okay.
So kumbaga, yung sinasabi mong plano, ginawa na nila, kulang pa daw.
Yeah, but sobrang ambitious naman kasi. Ano nila
Oh,
eh.
yeah, kaya nga to me, this smells like a scam na nga eh.
Yeah. Emilio Aquino says, yung Huawei Bluetooth headset, kuya, okay po ba siya? Kasi dito ako sa price medyo mababa. I mean, I have the Huawei right here. Ginawa ko siya ng unboxing earlier this week. If you watched it, I mean, pinost ko siya sa BTS community. There's the Huawei. Um, Admittedly, they're not the best sounding headphones I've ever heard. But then again, they're only 889 pesos. So, cut them some slack, I guess. Um, number one sa akin, at least for this price range, is Xiaomi pistons. And the best ko nang sinabi sa inyo, I bought 3 Xiaomi pistons. I think I bought 4. Dalawa kasi pinaregalo ko eh. Niregalo ko sa... It was a great gift, dude. I mean, nung available siya, what, 680 pesos ba yun? It was super awesome gift na parang, okay, prepare your Xiaomi pistons. Give it away. People are happy. It looks like an expensive gift eh. Diba?
Alex, subukan mo tong bagong link. Baka ito mas gumana.
Alright. Techno Buffalo.
Oo.
Gian Parinas, I'm looking for new headphones to replace my 3-year-old Sony MDR XB400. Priority bass. That's not my priority. I don't prioritize bass. But what's wrong with my browser? Hindi siya let's see here. Norm says, parang sabihin mo 12 pesos na brand new car ha, pero I think materials and stuff. Netgear says, why do they need to sell our $4 phone that is crappy and not all people would get that? Well, a lot of people are actually on a budget, and a $4 phone is actually, enticing for people who don't have that much money.
Oh, here's the thing though, and this is my issue with these chippy pie low-end smartphones na nilalabas nila, no? The logic is, we're giving you smartphone features at feature phone prices. Kasi, 'di ba, yung mga regular na candy bar na feature phone mo would be roughly close to that price.
Yeah.
The problem is, you're giving them a smartphone, but it's aside from the basic functions like calling and texting, a 1,000 peso smartphone isn't really going to do much beyond that.
Yeah.
So you can
dito.
maybe do a little Facebook, no? Konting social media, yan.
Yeah.
So if as long as your expectations are low enough na, okay, I can call, text, maybe do some Facebook. Kung hanggang doon lang, yes, it's good value. But if you're looking for a deal, it's not a deal.
Yeah.
Hindi sulit. Yun na yun.
There's some racist stuff going on chat. Let's see. So Nap asked, why do you want to buy a $4 phone? And then Gian says, because Indians are poor, that's why.
Parang ang Pinas rich, ha? parang tayo mayaman.
Dude, I think India has more GDP than we do. Like, way bigger.
In fairness naman kasi, both countries similarly have, yung malaking percentage ng population is, would be considered by poverty line standards poor talaga.
Oh, sobra naman. I mean, he's not lying, but it doesn't mean...
Parang siyang yung kettle calling the pot, the kettle black.
Yeah. All right, so that's the $4 phone. That's kind of scandalous, and that's why I don't want to talk about those. I mean, hindi ko pinopromote yung mga certain things that I already think are sketchy already, sketchy out of the box. So para I don't pass it on to viewers unless I tell them it's sketchy as hell.
Usapang X na ba tayo?
Yeah, let's talk about the let's start with the LG ones because these are boring.
Sige, go ahead.
So LG in their wonderness. Actually, these phones. I don't know if they're coming to the Philippines. And see, the thing is, there's a what do you call this? discrepancy with the names. Discrepancy with the name. So, if you go to the quote-unquote the LG Newsroom press site, they have different names. It's X Power, X Mac, X Style, and X Max. They have the same specs and whatnot, blah blah blah. But let me go with the Google translated version, right? This is actually a Korean site that I'm looking at. And I just used Google Translate on it. And this is what people have been using. The names are the names that have been people using on the post has been the X5,
Yes.
the X Power, and the X Skin. Now the X Skin makes less sense than the X Style, right? So I think this might be the official out of Korea name. The X Power, X Mac, X Style, and X Max.
Yep.
However, if you literally translate the names from the Korean site, this must be the local Korean names: the X5, the X Power, and the X Skin. So I don't know which name we should stick with, but I'm gonna for at least for
And take note, dagdag to sa X series nila.
yeah.
Ililista ko yung pangalan ng ibang X phones na nilabas na nila. So, before they release the X5, X Power, and X Skin, nag-release na sila ng X Cam,
Yes.
X Screen,
Yes.
X Mac, MACH,
Yeah.
X Style,
Yon.
and X Max. So, meron na silang 5 X phones, nagdagdag pa sila ng 3.
I know. They're going double. They're doubling down on X.
Oo.
Yeah.
And I can understand the logic eh. But what LG is doing is, 'di ba? You have your flagship, you have your G5, you have your V series.
Yeah, which is
So yun ang flagship mo. So what they're saying is, here is our if you can't afford a G5 or you hindi practical para sa ang presyo ng G5, but you like one of the features of the G5, then we will release a cheaper phone with the feature that you're looking for. So lahat ng X phones nila, meron silang isang major feature that you will normally find on G5, but everything else downgraded.
Which is actually the same philosophy as the Sony Xperia X series, right? Kasi X performance di ba? Tsaka
I'll rant about that later. Medyo I'm saving up a rant on that.
Okay.
Pero yung like, example, yung X Cam ng LG has dual cam, yung same setup ng V10.
Yeah.
No? But the rest of the specs, mid-range.
You mean the G5? Kasi dual rear cam ata yung X-Cam.
Sorry, tama. Yung pala, yung G5 pala, sorry.
Yeah.
So, parang ang sinasabi nila, you like the camera of the G5 but you don't
can't
want
afford it
or don't want to spend for the G5. Okay, we'll sell you a phone that's cheaper with the G5 camera as long as you don't mind compromising on the other specs.
Yeah.
So,
and then one is what, screen ba yun? And battery and whatnot?
You see, X Power is the battery.
Yeah.
The X Mac, MACH, is yung processor.
Yeah.
Oo. So, parang each X phone has one feature
spec na mataas.
one feature from the G5 or from the V10, and then the rest is downgraded na mid-range specs.
Yeah.
I understand the logic. I actually like it.
Yeah.
No? It's the right approach naman talaga eh. Parang if for example, I wouldn't be considered that big of a gamer. I don't need the best processor and GPU as long as I can play Pokemon Go. No?
You can't play Pokemon Go though.
I mean, as long as I can play my casual games, okay ako. So, something like a G5 might not be sulit for me, pero kung kunwari, I like the camera of the G5, I don't mind having a lower spec processor as long as I can still play my Clash of Clans and League of Legends, whatever. Um,
You can play League of Legends on Android.
you know, as long as I can play my casual games on it, um, okay ako. So maybe
Yeah.
something like the XCam, baka okay sa akin. So
Yeah.
I agree with LG's mid-range approach.
Yeah.
I don't agree with their naming convention.
Yeah. Ito sa totoo lang. If they made a mid-range phone with the LG G4 camera, I don't care about their dual widescreen, wide cam and dual cam thing sa likod. I want the LG G4 camera on a mid-range phone. I don't need dual. I mean, if you give me the X cam with the single camera from the LG G4 or the V10, I'll be happy. I don't need the wide angle. And to be honest, I think it'll just make me more miserable to see that I paid for this crap. I don't want to support this crap. It's my personal thing. I don't want this multi-sensor, multi-lens fad to prevail. I don't want that to happen. I don't want our phones to... I think it's a gimmick eh. I think multi-lens, multi-sensor cameras on a phone is a gimmick. And Leica's P9 is actually... The implementation there is less of a gimmick because it actually is two different sensors sort of working together, trying to create a higher quality image. I don't know if it works that well, but supposedly it gets more contrast and whatnot. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt that it does. It does work. So I'm not as offended by that as I am offended by a brand that just, hey, let's strap a wide-angle camera in there. Why not? Yay!
Okay. I've been looking at yung features ng each of these X phones.
Uh-huh.
So, balikan muna natin yung mga previous na ni-release. Okay. So, si X Power, selling point niya 4,100 mAh na battery.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Huh?
X Mac 1.8 gigahertz processor. I believe it's the same one as the G5.
1.8.
Okay? Oo, si X Mac MACH. Okay?
1.8? Okay, go ahead.
X Style is aesthetics talaga, curved body siya.
Okay.
Okay? Si X Cam is yung dual.
Yeah.
Yung dual camera. Si X Screen is a secondary, may siya,
Yeah.
screen.
May all in V10,
Same
parang
as V10, V10
yeah.
style. Okay. Si X Max, wala akong makitang walang na-mention dun sa article about yung feature ng X Max. Now, yung bago si X5, tsaka si X Skin. So si X5, ang selling point niya
yeah, go ahead. What are you reading now? X what?
X5.
X5. Okay. So the X5 here is 1.3 quad core, 5.5 inch HD lang, hindi full HD.
Oo.
13 megapixel plus 5 megapixel. Oh my god.
Feeling ko ang selling point nito yung battery. It's a removable battery eh.
Yeah, 2,800, 2 gigabyte RAM, 16 ROM, Android Marshmallow, NFC with micro SD. And it's 200,000 won.
Oo. Feeling ko it's the only one with the removable battery.
So this is 8,194 or 8,100. Let's 8,200 pesos.
Sabihin natin mga 9K.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not something I'd buy, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Now si X Skin,
Okay,
no?
X Skin. Yeah.
Ang selling point niya is manipis.
I see.
Manipis, and they compromise to get that thinness. Number one, quad-core processor.
Quad-core din yung isa eh. Yung
Quad-core
X5
processor.
eh.
Yung RAM, mas maliit. 1.5.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Battery, 2.1.
Yeah,
2,100
maliit nga.
milliampere. So, it's yun nga, ang feature naman ni LG sa phone na to is the size.
Yeah, okay. What's the screen? 5.3 versus 5.5. Okay. All right. All right.
So, so it again, they're taking that same approach.
Yeah.
You want your mid-range, we'll offer you a series of mid-range phones that all have one particular feature that you could ask for. So,
Yeah.
I understand their logic. Ang what I question is, una, yun nga, as mentioned, yung naming convention medyo magulo. Pangalawa, by trying to target everybody with a series of phones, you're putting yourself in a position na you might end up na surplus of stock ka na naman kasi baka yung target audience mo para kay X-Skin, maliit lang talaga.
Yeah. Ako, to me, ang ayaw ko lang dito is, number one nga, I mean, you mentioned the naming convention. To me, it's just not just a naming convention. I'm not saying it's flooding the market. It's creating confusion, I think, because of the naming convention and because it's just not clear what you're getting from each device here, and that's not something I like.
Parang if you're going to have something be the main feature of that phone, make sure that your naming convention says that feature in your phone. So like the X-Cam, I can understand that. X-Power, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Si X-Mac, MACH, I can understand that.
Yeah.
X5, I don't understand it.
Nope.
X-Skin, I don't understand it.
No. Baka manipis siya kasi skin. I don't know.
I would expect na kasing nipis siya ng balat kung gano'n, diba? Diba? Or sige, X-Screen. Yung X-Screen,
because dalawa yung screen.
Medyo malabo pa, pero I can understand that. X-Style, medyo confused. Ayun, X-Style, medyo iffy yung medyo, kasi parang, what is it about the style that would appeal to you? Kasi medyo generic ang style diba?
Yeah, that's true.
Parang, kumbaga, if you want to highlight a feature, make sure that it's in the name of your phone.
Yeah, I know.
Kunwari, si X-Style, dapat gawin mo X-Curve or something.
Right.
No?
And,
pwedeng X-Slim or diba?
The one thing that makes it harder, kasi, there is a certain threshold, particularly with people, especially for us, yung mga nakikinig masyad, always up to date with new phones. There's a threshold for us where it becomes tiring when there is a large amount of variations of particular devices.
Oo, flood yan.
Your brain just shuts down.
Mm-mm.
Your brain just shuts down. They don't want to pay attention to any more variations anymore. It's less important to people na naglalakad sa mall and then, ito po yung X-Skin namin. And then you see it exactly. And then you can see all the specs and whatnot. But for people who want to keep track of all of these devices and want to compare each and every one to determine which one is better for whatever person, regardless if you're mas specific, mas epektado tayo because we keep track of these things. But even to certain people who just are browsing the internet for specific devices, immediately masisira yung search mo dito because just all of these X devices show up.
Yes,
diba?
Agree.
And you just, ano pipiliin mo dyan? X, ito, X, Y, Z, X, dito, X, that. And it's gonna be like, oh my God, I don't want to search anymore, sumasakit ang ulo ko, di ba? Yun ang problem dito. That's what I don't like about doing these, particularly because they all start with the same name, X, right?
Oo. Ako, I agree with the approach. I mean, sige, make one feature that flagship yung feature, tas the rest of the phone mid-range.
Yeah.
Pero ang isa ko pang issue dito is you don't need to have kasi there are only certain features lang naman na habol ng mga tao. I either like a camera, I either like a gaming processor, or I like a big screen.
Yeah.
yung manipis, or pwede ring malaking battery. Yon. So, maybe I would just focus on those 4 features para 4 lang yung phones na ilalabas ko.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this kind of approach is succeeding, or maybe this is their new, no? I mean, LG has been having problems for the past few years.
In fairness, nag-bounce back na sila eh. It helped for, I mean, hindi na sila as bad off as they were nung pre-Nexus 4 days. Kasi,
Yeah.
partita, it's helped na yung brand recognition nila has improved because of their partnership with Google on the Nexus phones.
But they've
It's
been
not-
they've been in the red since what, the G3. I mean, they've been popular, and their phones have been popular. Unfortunately, they're not turning profits, and
And
the G5 in particular is one of the worst as of recent. Right? I mean, we've talked
Yeah.
about this in the chat, right?
Yes, agree. It doesn't help then na, okay, if you're trying to run a profit, don't flood the market with mid-range phones.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is their attempt at getting into the mid-range market. I don't know. Just a little too confusing and weird. I mean,
I can understand it also because, you've been following the trends din naman eh. More or less ngayon, ang flagship market is cornered by Apple and Samsung.
yeah. No,
So,
to be honest, I think they're going at it a little bit on the wrong way, kasi none of these phones will stand out. Unfortunately. Kasi there's just too many of them for one particular phone for people to gravitate to. I mean, I don't want to use Cherry Mobile as an example. I mean, I don't like Cherry Mobile anymore. But if you look at Cherry Mobile, hugot. If you look at Cherry Mobile, they would launch something kind of mind-blowing. Not sometimes, or at least specs-wise, or at least from where you stand right now, it looks like it's super compelling for the price, for everything. And they'll sit on that for a little while, and they're not flagship level. They're just extremely affordable devices with, kind of cutting edge specs, or new specs at least. Or they'll just bump the camera, and then wow, that price for that camera, yung parang okay, you have a certain set of expectations at this level, and then they'll exceed it. Not by huge amounts, but a certain they'll just exceed it by a certain amount that seems impossible at the time for a time like that. LG needs to do that, I think. LG needs to parang, okay, this is your expectation, bam, we're gonna give you this entry level 10,000 peso phone that's like, wow, 16 megapixels and like LG G4 quality camera, but we had to make a sacrifice. We're gonna use a Snapdragon 805 or something like that. Right?
yeah,
They
that
can
works.
easily do that. And stop making stupid skins.
Oo. Ang nowadays yung mid-range nga is actually the best market to chase after kasi hindi pa siya cornered.
And you have Snapdragon 615, 652.
Yes. So LG is taking the right direction, but they're kumbaga yung kotse nila maraming problema yung kotse nila.
Yeah. Let's
May
hope
flat,
they do something.
may flat, may oil leak, may
Yeah. All right. So let me read some comments here. We've been ignoring them quite a bit. Sabi ni Pinoy Screencast, dumating siya and then nawala ulit. Sabi niya porn daw. So many stuffs. Kuya Bips, your back porn. Let's be honest, porn coming soon. LG scam. Skin kasi wala ng skin. May skin dati nga wala ng lols. What the hell? The original LG G5 is basically the first LG with friends. Well, yes, it is the first. Most likely nakakahilo yan sa mga direct consumers. Moto X style. Sinasabi ni si Kuya G nandyan, Brother G. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! XYZ Monsters. Parang banlag si ate LG model. Ano yung banlag? What does banlag mean?
May lazy eye.
Ah. I've never heard of that name. That's I mean narinig ko siya banlag usually parang sa sa banlaw. No, banlaw is for um, binabad ng brand X ang LG.
Yeah, I mean, pati rin naman si Sony and we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah. So, hugot sa kanina din sa... Okay. All right. So that's the 3 LG X phones. X gonna give it to you. Okay lang. I mean, they're definitely trying something new, and that's good. But it's just that they've made a mistake with the G5, and I don't want them basing their phones, their
On the
mid-range
G5.
phones, on the G5.
Yes, agree.
Kasi they assumed certain things from the market that were never. It's did they actually make like a feasibility study thing there or something na parang did they actually beta test this on people na parang hey, check out our G5, what do you think, right? They should have done that. They should have asked, hey dude, how many people in 100 will say, hey, I want a wide angle camera next to my regular camera because why not? Doesn't matter kung tataas yung presyo ng phone. Doesn't matter hindi mag-i-improve yung camera ng main camera ko. Right? It doesn't matter kung... God, I don't know.
Put it this way. LG has had a reputation of gaya-gaya kay Samsung.
Yeah, yes.
So, it's entirely possible na hindi nila pinag-isipan na todo-todo.
Yeah, wala silang pagkokopyahin, so they had to come up with something new. Unfortunately, it wasn't very good. Parang ganon.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far, pero I'm just saying they have not been known for striking out on their own design-wise and succeeding. So parang hindi lang ako nagugulat na their first attempt na modular, all of this other stuff, medyo sumablay.
Are you saying that BTS is Samsung and other shows is LG?
Huh? No, I am not saying that.
That's
I am not saying that.
That's so good to the max.
Yun ang hugot. Wala akong masabi doon.
Yeah, so I closed the LG window. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I don't think the G5 was, well thought out.
Oh, agree.
And I think you'd agree that the Moto Z is a better implementation of modular devices, right?
Yes. I'm not completely happy with
Yeah.
Motorola's modular approach either, pero I think it's a better approach. It's a better approach than what the G5 has, what LG has done.
Yep, that's basically it. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, kasi one of my major issues with LG's modular approach is
Turning off the phone.
hindi lang yon. If yung modular components mo, you have to fit them into the phone, limitado na kagad yung modular options mo. So kumbaga, ang kaya mo lang na ipasok na modules yung magkakasya sa loob ng telepono. Whereas Motorola's implementation is kinakabit mo sa likod
No,
ng
but no. But the modular approach naman the modular approach to LG is it doesn't matter. You can actually build stuff outside the phone as long as you have this battery component na sinasaksak sa loob. The thing, I know what you're saying. The thing that you're saying is that anything that goes outside the phone has to slide over the actual device.
Oh.
Like the LG Cam, which it pinapatong niya lang yung sarili niya so sliding over the back of the phone, right?
Agree.
And that's not very secure.
Agree.
Kasi yung only connection area niya is the battery side, yung click niya sa battery, right? It's not actually connected to the back of the phone where it slides on top of. And that's not a secure connection. It's like your Lego mo nakakabit lang sa dulo, right?
Yep.
Magkapatong siya pero walang actual connection, right?
Agree.
It's sloppy in my opinion. Yes, it's kind of I mean, kung ganun lang yun, they should have designed like a locking mechanism dun sa ibabaw ng LG Cam, right? They could have added like yung what do you call this? Yung slide air, yung kung saan siya magsa-slide into, meron siyang parang groove na lang, right?
Pwede.
That would make the back a little messy, but that's what you have to do. But yeah, that's where the Moto Z succeeds, where it attaches via magnets and it's actually kind of clean and it attaches
Sa likod. Kasi
the right way.
You have more freedom of design with Motorola's approach because you can make it mas makapal, you can like yung extended battery na na snap-on nila.
Yeah.
No? So ginawa mas makapal yung device mo, pero kasya pa rin siya. And, you can take a similar approach with your other modular designs that you have kasi kinakabit mo lang sa likod. You don't have to worry about fitting something somewhere, no? It's easier to implement. And if you want to ultimately attract like third-party accessory makers, no? Like what Motorola has done. Kasi yung extended battery, alam ko third party gumawa nun eh.
Yep.
If you want to attract third party support, you want to make your modular approach as easy to implement as possible. And the way LG has done it, they're actually it's discouraging third party manufacturers from creating accessories. Kasi at least with Motorola's approach, you already have one example of a third party na nakikisakay sa design nila. And that's what you ultimately want. You want na hindi lang ikaw yung gumagawa. You want other companies making accessories for your phone also.
In the long run, I think what LG comes down to is yung modular system niya is inelegant.
Yes.
It's just not polished well enough for it to be something you will use every day and somebody it's not the Apple system of it just works, right? It's not as easy as it can be, it's not as intuitive as it can be, and it's kind of clumsy.
Agree.
Well, yun, wala naman sa topic si G5, but the G5, ano yung what layoffs ba sa LG? What happened? Oh, the senior management, right?
Yeah, well, that's another separate topic, pero basically yung ibang mobile execs ng LG
it's been fired, it's been replaced.
Parang saving face ng LG after nung missteps ng G5.
But also they want to change everybody who's been behind that direction.
Yes.
Right?
And I mean I don't disagree with it. Kaya hindi muna ako, I'm withholding comment muna on that move. I want to see what the new executive team will come up with.
Yeah, true. Let's see here. Sabi ni Gian pa rin yung LG at Samsung parehong Korean companies. They're both Korean. Too bad Nepers broke her LG G5 module. Yes. The real modular phone is Project Ara, and don't ever expect it coming anytime. Alam mo bang matagal na akong gusto magsulat ng parang ruining your day piece where ang title niya is don't like stop dreaming about modular phones. Parang ganon. That's my title because Project Ara is just not even gonna happen anytime soon.
It's not going to happen for consumers. Yun na lang yun.
Yeah, exactly.
For not posibleng yung mga developers or whatever, pero it's not going to come out for retail anytime soon. And even then,
Kasi yung retail
the
channels mo, you have to sell every single freaking module.
oo. So, you need a dedicated store actually. And the only way they can do that is online. And
Yeah.
if they do it online, they're limited to just US and yung mga
Yeah.
first world na European
Yeah,
nations.
first world, definitely. And even then, you buying a modular phone and it will be a niche upon niche, right?
Yes.
It's gonna
Oh.
be the super nerds and the yung bleeding edge technology people that want to experiment with that stuff.
In
I
other
mean,
words, in other words, tech hipsters.
oh, kasi think about it. Android is not built to have modular hardware. You'll have to rebuild that OS from the ground up to support removing and including new hardware if it's gonna run Android at all.
Yes.
So, we're talking about an entirely new OS here, or at least Android repurposed for modular capabilities, which is gonna introduce so many bugs.
Mm.
I mean,
Yep.
right now we have Marshmallow and whatever. We already have bugs.
Mm.
We don't need more bugs. Diba?
I agree.
All right, let me just read some comments. Norm says, oh boy, RAPLGG5. Zek says, buisit pa yung kanta, friend zone. Lol. O nga, my current song is friend zone. Norm says, yung nangyari sa phone ni Nep, yung modular lang yung camera nasira. Yes, just nasira yung battery. All right, so just before we move on to the Xperia ones, just one quick mention of the GeForce GTX 1060.
Mhm.
These are for people who have desktop computers and want to play games and are on a budget. So you are familiar. If you haven't heard, NVIDIA announced the GTX 1070 and 1080 a couple of months ago, but 2-3 months ago. They're available now, but they're exorbitantly high priced. The 1080 are like 36,000 plus, right? And the 1070 is 23, if I'm not mistaken. Pinakamababa. But they're very powerful graphics cards. Now, if you don't know what graphics cards are, they're the ones that make you game on your PC. NVIDIA this week just announced the new GeForce GTX 1060, which is a lower end graphics card. Not the low, I mean, it's still very powerful. The 10 series kasi, if you don't know, the 1060, 1070, 1080, those are 10 series. It's using a new architecture and everything, and 1060 is one level above, is what I call one level above super budget or super budget gaming graphics cards. If it were super budget, it would be 1050, pero wala pang 1050 right now. So if you're familiar with gaming graphics cards, the super budget or the lowest end that you should get is the 950 or the 1050. Wala pang 1050, so 950. The one step above that is yung medyo gaming grade, mainstream gaming grade is the 960 or 1060. And then enthusiast grade is the 1070, 970. And then the like exorbitantly pro grade or super crazy grade is the 980s or the 1080. So the 1060 is just in that sweet spot of mainstream gaming quality, performance, and price. And the 1060 is, but the thing is, it's the 1060 because it's using much better technologies. They're saying it's faster than the 980 from previous generation, which is a big deal. So 980 was super expensive and super powerful. Hindi pa natin alam because wala pang benchmarks, right? But the thing is, it's only $250.
Yep.
$250, but let's see $250 HP. This will be like 10,000 pesos. Yeah, 11,700.
More or less. Yeah, mga
Yeah.
12K.
Yeah. And now if you're not familiar, if you're not familiar with the pricings currently ng 1070, 1080, it's grossly overpriced right now. Grossly overpriced. They're going more than like 10,000 pesos more than the actual SRP, right? So the 1080 is like dapat 28,000 nagiging 36. I don't think it's gonna be the same for the 1060. Let's scale it down. I think magiging 15,000 pesos ito. I think. That's more realistic for me. Which is not bad. I mean, if you can get that for 15K. Now the thing is, if you're somebody who's familiar with the gaming, this is ang particular thing that you need to remember about the 1060 is you can't build two 1060s anymore.
Hindi na siya kailangan solo installation lang.
Wala na siyang SLI.
Okay, got it.
If you look at the design over here, yung top area niya.
Standalone, okay.
Yeah, wala na siyang bridge area. Wala na siyang connector for SLI bridge. So you can't build two 1060s anymore.
In other words, hindi siya modular.
Hindi siya modular, yeah. So, I mean, it's not a big deal for most people, but to some people, they use the SLI as an upgrade path, dalawang 1060. Right? Now, the main competitor to this graphics card would be the AMD RX 480, which is available now for 13,000 pesos. Now, the purported performance of the actual performance of the 480 is just below that 970. 970. Take note, this 1060 is supposedly faster than the 980. Supposedly lang. We don't know yet. So this is faster and cheaper. But the RX 480 is already available for 13,000 and you can build two of those Crossfire. So yun yung advantage nun. But if you're just going for one graphics card and assuming bumagsak ito than around 15K, this might be a good option. Very, very good option in my opinion.
For eto question, for future proofing, would two of those AMD GPUs make your gaming desktop more future-proof than a single 1060?
Oh yes, ang performance ng dalawang 480 is near a 1080. Near a 1080.
Okay.
So the 1080 is $600 plus or actually 36,000 pesos, right? So dalawang 480 is 26,000. So you can save 10,000 pesos and get near to the performance of the 1080.
Yon. Okay, so the discussion then becomes, if you're building, say, a mid-range type na gaming rig and you're on a bit of a tight budget, then this processor is a good choice.
Yes, unless you want to build two.
And that's what I'm getting at. If you want to have a dual setup,
go for the RX, go for the AMD.
And you want to make your gaming rig more future proof, then go for the 480.
Yeah. Raw power, this is good. Dual power, you gotta go for 80. It's very interesting. The segment is very interesting, and this is gonna be the most heated debate for gaming for the next year or so. It's super interesting. $250, and if you're just gonna buy one single card to play games on, this is gonna be it, and this is gonna kill all current games right now. And I'm very interested in. I want to upgrade very soon kasi I want to play Rise of the Tomb Raider. Kasi I'm currently playing Tomb Raider right now. And then
hindi yung Android game.
No. All right, let's read some comments here. 1060 is GeForce answers to RX 480. What's up, Cavite Tech? 1060 is actually good. Pwede na Witcher 3, no problem. But I can see the GTX 1050 will be the RX 480. That's probably, yeah, yung GTX 1050 is more likely the performance equivalent of the 480. Looking forward for the 1080 for my next year PC build, sabi ni Gian Parinas. Zek says I'll be doing a crossfire rig with the RX 480, so there's that. Gian says try ko naman 1080 kaysa puro Asus ROG Mars. Netgear says I have 480 in crossfire. Really? Wow. Zek says, oh, and by the way, two 480s is still cheaper than a 1080. Exactly. Unfortunately, I don't think you can build three 480s right now. I don't know kung pwede pa yon. Dati kasi pwede 4-way eh. Sobrang ano eh. Alright, so that's a 480, the 1060. Sorry it took longer than I thought it would. Oh, by the way, the LG Rolling Bot price is available now. It's $250. So mga 12,000 pesos.
Yung for all of the ano? For the rolling bot.
Yeah, for the Rolling Bot.
Kala ko for the X series eh. Hihirit na sana ako eh.
No. Alright, so let's talk about the X series. Ang alam ko lumabas dito is the let me oh my god. Ang alam ko lumabas sa Pilipinas is the X Performance
And the X.
No, XA and X lang. XA and X.
Yung
I don't know.
X Performance bago, it's the most recent. And ano, in-announce siya internationally pero wala pang Philippine release as far as I know.
Yon, that's what I thought. Alright, so ito yung specs I got. I'll just need the código for the price kasi ang price ko na dito eh.
Sige.
But let's read about the XA muna. The XA is this one. I'm just gonna go straight to the specifications. Actually, if you want to see the picture, there it is. It looks like an Xperia phone, right? It's pretty much standard Xperia design. Let's go straight to the specs. It's a 13 megapixel plus 8, 64-bit octa-core. I don't know what this 5-inch HD display.
It's 720p.
Yeah, 720p. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, it's a Helio P10. Wow.
Helio P10. Yep.
There's a dual SIM variant, 2 gigs RAM, 16 gigs of storage with micro SD card. Android M, hindi pa sinabing Marshmallow, Google Android M lang.
6.0.1 version daw.
Yeah. 2,300 mAh battery, non-removable. But keep in mind the Sony battery life is pretty good.
Oh.
Let's see here. 5-inch 720p, 13 megapixel plus 8. All of the Sony gimmicks and sometimes decent stuff. It's priced at 14,000.
And for the, di ba we were talking about yung presyo ni K5 Note kanina.
Yeah.
No? K5 Note is P10, right?
Yes.
And it's 13K?
12K.
So, comparing the K5 Note to this, you're going up 3,000 pesos, no?
2,000.
2,000 pesos for a better camera.
Yeah.
And better camera software. That's pretty much a given.
Yeah.
Battery life will not necessarily be better, but it depends on Sony's software implementation.
Maganda yung Sony implement. I don't know. I haven't tried the new ones, but based on the experience ng Z3 ko, it's a good battery life. Abot ng 2 days talaga.
Is this also water resistant?
Let me find out. I don't think so. They didn't mention any water resistance at all.
So wala. So let's assume na wala. Okay? So you're essentially paying extra for the camera.
Yeah.
For the camera and obviously the brand.
Yeah.
I would say na there are for a mid-range phone, there are likely to be better options available, but at least itong si XA is worth considering.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not bad for 14K. I don't think it's that
Oh,
bad.
it's definitely worth considering, no? Especially if ang habol mo is a smaller phone. Kasi ang key point din nito,
It's
this is
5
5.
inch. Yeah.
Oo. So, eto, I know a lot of people have been asking about or have been wondering when are we ever going to have a sub 5-inch na dissenting phone ulit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And well, frankly, right now, tanggapin na natin na 5-inch is the norm.
The minimum.
Oh. Di katulad ng dati na people are already complaining na si Cherry Titan masyado malaki.
Yeah, that's true.
So, tanggapin na natin if 5 is the norm, so a phone like a mid-range phone like this na 5 inches is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, ngayon ko lang tinignan yung specs. Ngayon ko lang talaga binasa yung specs nito. The Helio P10 is not my processor of choice at 14,000 pesos. But you can do much worse than a Helio P10.
Yes.
720p display is a little too low for 14,000 like again. But it's no longer ganon ka-importante at 5-inch display.
Kasi ano if the main reason okay din siya before kasi yung Z3 tsaka Z5 compact 720p din lang yung display nila.
Yeah.
Pero at 4.7 kaya above 300 yung yung PPI niya. Ito, this is your standard na 294 PPI which is again okay, not if hindi siya outstanding pero I mean it's still acceptable.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, ngayon ko lang talaga tinignan yung specs and I have to admit, it's not bad. I mean, the 8 megapixel camera is probably, for the selfie, is probably very good as well. I got no complaints. I mean, it's a little higher price for something I would like. For the specs.
That comes with the Sony branding na rin eh.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let's do it this way. At 14,000 pesos, what are your preferred alternatives? LG G4, G5X, Nexus 5X.
5X, yes. That's in the same price range.
Uh-huh.
K5 Note. The other mid-rangers that I would consider hindi pa available dito eh.
Uh-huh.
Yung bagong labas na Moto G.
Yeah, true. I mean, this is the Sony is lucky that wala pa yung mga phones that we're talking about here. But we're talking about the same price point as the Zenfone 3 standard.
Yes, yun pa. That will likely be in the same price range pag lumabas.
Yes. And malaki yung difference. We're getting a full HD metal build, optically stabilized camera and whatnot, marshmallow na din, and a lot of the a lot of the improvements that hopefully Asus have gotten done with their marshmallow device. And yun yung kasi we're what is the 65 Snapdragon 652 ang standard, right? Zenfone 3 standard. I guess if you're not an Asus fan and a Sony fan, this is not a bad. I mean, I can see myself buying this.
Oh,
diba?
If you're not into yung software implementation approach ni Asus, which is a fair point, and we both complained about this na in the past.
Yeah. Supposedly it's gotten better na sa Marshmallow, but I haven't seen it.
Supposedly. Pero kasi that's one thing that Sony's been known for eh. Among the OEM, sila ang pinaka hindi, aside from Motorola of course, sila ang pinaka minimal ang changes sa Android OS.
Yeah. And alam mo bang tumitingin ako ng X-Play every now and then. It still seems like a cool one of my bigger parang I keep wanting to buy an X Pure.
And that brings us to a different topic of discussion, which is naglabas si Motorola ng 2014 phones dito, ba't hindi sila naglabas ng 2015?
Hindi pa, I know, yeah. Pag 2016, pag 2017 na, saka dadating yung 2015.
Oo.
2
Ay,
years
nako.
behind. I don't know. I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
we'll see. Hopefully we can get the X, yung 2015 models dito, especially since si Lenovo na may-ari sa kanila.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I'll be happy with the X Pure. Kasi may micro SD pa yun eh.
Yep.
Yeah, optically stabilized camera and everything.
So for me to conclude, the XA accomplishes something that the other Xperia X phones did not,
Yeah,
which is be a phone that's worth considering.
yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yan na lang. Naghahanda na ako mag-rant dun sa dalawang telepono na natira.
so ako masasabi ko dito is this is actually better than the compact editions because the compact they seemed like a little too expensive for people who want mid-range. They're not mid-range eh. Right?
Oo. Yeah, ang selling, although in fairness, ang selling point ng Z3 Compact was never that they're mid-range.
They're flagships.
Ang selling point nila is we are small flagships.
Yeah, true.
So, nakapresyo pa rin siya like a flagship. And I've recommended compacts before to people na naghahanap talaga ng flagship, ayaw nila ng
Want a
4-inch,
smaller screen.
ayaw din nila ng 5-inch.
Yeah.
Kasi at the time na lumabas yung Z3 Compact, the only other small flagship phone na you could consider was iPhone 5S
Yeah.
at the time. And that was even smaller. So, for people that na masyadong naliitan sa iPhone, but masyado natakot naman sa laki ng ibang flagships, the compact was the easy choice.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'm saying, I guess, is, they made a mid-range. A good mid-range phone.
Yeah, and actually that's been an issue with Sony recently eh. Naglalabas sila ng mga flagships na okay, yung lower end offerings nila medyo hit and miss.
Yun. Exactly.
So at least with this one, they've come up with a mid-ranger that's worth considering if your budget is in that range.
Right. Anyway, all right. Let me read some comments. Gian says, dati akong Xperia Z user. Z first gen 2012. Norm says, for me, okay lang sa akin ng Helio P10, which is okay but not high-end. Yeah, it's not high-end. It's
Fair.
like a 6753 overclocked, kind of.
Anong closest what's the closest equivalent we could make sa Qualcomm pag P10? 600?
615, I'd say.
615, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Uni-chan says, I'm late! Welcome to the show, Uni-chan! Alright, so now we're talking about the Xperia X.
Ayan. Okay.
So let's just run down the stuff here. The smartphone camera that predicts the next move. Kasi meron siyang predictive autofocus, basically. Here's what it looks like. There you go. Pretty standard Xperia looks. With a little bit more modernized font and modernized wallpaper, I guess, yung main difference.
Yep.
So let's go through. Let's just read some of these. The most shareable moment, we made our flagship camera faster and smarter than ever. Okay.
So let's run down the specs, no? It's 5-inch, 1080p.
Wait, is it just 5-inch?
It's 5.
Wow, hindi siya larger than 5. I thought it was larger than 5.
No, it's 5 talaga. Yun yung starting point nila of comparison nung inintroduce nila yung XA. They're like,
Yeah.
this is the same size as the X, but it's a mid-ranger.
Right.
So this is 1080p. It's marshmallow din. It's 3 gig RAM, and this is where my issues start.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 650 Snapdragon.
Yeah, and then let's first address the price,
Let's finish the rest of the specs, then we'll get to the
Okay,
price.
sige. Go
Then I
ahead.
start ranting. Okay. So, 13 megapixel. I assume this would be the same camera quality as the XA.
No, but ito,
sorry.
23 yung main camera niya.
23 yung main, I'm sorry. So,
Yeah.
yung secondary niya is
13.
is likely the same as the primary of the XA.
Yeah.
You're
Lots of
basically
megapixels in this phone.
Oo. And with Sony's camera software, you can argue, I'll have to check yung camera comparison, pero this is likely going to be indirect competition with yung S7 for camera quality.
Yeah, pero walang optical stabilization ito
Oo.
I
I mean,
mean, Sony cameras, Sony phones have never implemented optical stabilization first. No
Agree.
apparent reason.
Agree.
Yeah.
Battery is 2620 milliamperes. Ano pa?
That's pretty much it.
Yan. Now mention the price.
Okay, wait, I'll just click on the full specifications just in case we miss anything. It's Marshmallow na Snapdragon 650, 1080p 5-inch, blah 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 blah. All right, we didn't miss anything.
Yep.
All right, so the price of the Xperia X is $29,990. We should have a drum roll. I should have a soundboard drum roll. Brrrr.
Hindi. Pag mention mo ng presyo, tuduks.
Tuduks.
Yan. Okay. And this is where my issues start. Okay.
You start with what the fuck?
Oo. Sony
in all their intelligence, knowledge, all their wisdom,
big time with the Xperia X, not because of the phone's performance. From everything I've read from the reviews, it's a good performing upper mid-ranger.
But why is it 30,000 pesos?
and the problem is, if you release a good performing upper mid-ranger, you need to price it like an upper mid-ranger. You cannot price it like a flagship if it is an upper mid-ranger. No? For $29,990, if you ask me, give me a phone that recommend me a phone that I will use and enjoy for 30K, no? This will be far from the first phone that I because of the price. At $29,990, the first thing that would be on my would be the 6P.
Yeah.
Kasi I mean at that price range. Ito, if this were say nasa 20K, 20 to 23K.
Yep.
Pwede ko siyang ipaglaban. At 20K, kalaban niya price-wise would be something like the OnePlus 3, which is a Snapdragon 820, but does not have the same camera specs. So, pwede mong paglaban against that, no?
Ang mahal siguro ng what made this camera so expensive?
Hardware. Baka ninenok na ni Sony yung Carl Zeiss technology ni Nokia.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I actually want to figure out how many devices we can find under 30K that is like what? I guess it's hard to ask for 820 when it comes to a Samsung or LG.
Actually,
let's how much is an LG G5?
34, I think, ngayon. Or binagsak na ba nila to under 30K?
They should be lowering the price right now. LG.
Punta mo yung Philippine website. Yun na yung pinaka SRP mo.
Yeah, the G5 is 29.5.
Oh.
Sa CMK.
Sa CMK is not.
I know.
They've never been SRP. I don't.
Alright.
Go to LG's website mismo.
.ph ba yan or /ph kaya?
Basta LG Philippines nila. Google for LG Philippines.
I guess. Well, kumagat naman yung PH, so let's say mobile phone. Do they have prices on SRPs on the website?
It should be.
I know how to find their price. Kasi they're gonna have a sale. Wait, let's go to It should be on Lazada daw. All right, 34,990.
Ayun. So, SRP, it's still above 30K. No?
Yeah.
And I was expecting na hindi pa sila mag-price drop kasi normally they'll wait at least 6 months bago mag-price drop.
No, may ano sila, may sale sila right now. Look
Oo.
at that. Look at that. The international is 21K. Holy crap.
International, pero that's probably
I know.
Oo, pero yun nga, so going back, no? If you have a flagship that is Snapdragon 8 series that is selling for above 30K, you do not get a mid-range processor and price it like a friggin' flagship,
Yeah.
no?
Netgear says Sony is drunk.
Ay, hindi pa tayo tapos. May X performance pa. I still have one more phone to rant on.
Alright. Let's go for the X performance.
Hindi, pero yeah, to conclude, etong si Xperia X, I suspect Sony was thinking, slap a good camera on it, no? The Sony brand, and we can still price it like a flagship.
Yeah.
Which was not a good decision.
Yeah.
Yun. Sige, and I'll leave it at that. I'll finish this pag pinag-usapan natin si X performance.
Alright, so I'm trying to find the price for the SRP for the X performance. 36. Holy, what? This is true?
36 because ang US price niya is $699.
You can
Take
check
note.
out Kim Store and Lazada for availability. Is this official?
Yeah, it's probably gray unit. Hindi po
Oh.
available si X performance dito as far as I know.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay, so si X performance, yeah, you can bring up the specs in a bit, no?
Very
Si
good.
X performance, si Xperia X is $599 or $600.
Uh-huh.
Si X performance, they priced it above by $100, so it's $699.
Mm.
At $699, it is directly competing with iPhone prices.
And
iPhone
S7 Edge or S7,
and
yeah.
S7 Edge prices.
Mhm.
So, without looking at the specs, we have to assume, okay, dapat katapat niya si S7 Edge sa specs.
Right?
Now, let's go into the specs and see kung
Okay.
talagang katapat sila.
Right, I'm going there now. Yeah, okay, full specs.
Ah.
Alright, so you have 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage,
Mhm.
dual SIM variants or single SIM Android M, Snapdragon 820, 2700 milliamp hour battery, IP6568, so it's water resist, I guess.
Yep.
5-inch Full HD display.
Ayan. So, in fairness, there's one thing I appreciate about Sony at least
Uh-huh.
is they have resisted going phablet.
Well, yeah, and also resisted increasing the resolution, but the price should be adjusted.
Equivalent.
Because,
Oo.
yeah,
Kasi ako rin naman I don't disagree. I don't need for 1440. I am perfectly happy with 1080.
Man,
Kasi-
I love 1440. Shut up.
1440 sa TV, okay. 1440 sa telepono, for me, is wasted pixels.
I love the 6P 1440 though.
Hmm? I'm not
uh,
complaining with the 6P. I'm just saying, for personal preference,
Yeah. No,
There's-
my
I
personal
don't
phones are
see-
1080.
I don't see that much of an improvement for my viewing, in terms of my viewing, from 1080 to 1440. No,
But it's,
I'm happy with
ang
the
gusto
6P,
ko, ang
pero-
gusto ko sa 1440 at least for defending the 1440 team, right? I'm not team 1440, but I can defend it if parang I can at least defend it na lang. Is there's so much more information that gets packed into the screen if you want to pack that screen with information. Like if you're just looking at Twitter, there's so much more you can read on Twitter, right? And if it's like a book or something, there's so much more you can read with the book. Right? And
Yeah.
with Android N coming along, the split screen will provide more at least resolution real estate to multitask with when you have 1440.
Yes. Okay. So, let's go into the rest of the specs now.
Yeah.
1080, ano pa?
23 megapixel camera, main, 13 megapixel yung selfie. right?
So same as the X.
Same as the X, yeah.
Mm.
Not much else. There's a fingerprint sensor, obviously.
Is it Snapdragon 820 na?
Yes, it is Snapdragon 820.
Thank God. At least at least flagship processor
Kasi
ng
performance daw siya.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, basically, you're paying for the 820.
You're paying $100 X. Ayan, and that's where the second part of my rant starts.
Well, it's waterproof
You're-
na rin, though.
Oh, okay. So you're telling me that adding IP76 or whatever the water resistant
Yeah.
is called, no? Adding that plus upgrading to an 820 is worth adding another $100 on top of an already flagship price. And the answer is a big no.
No.
Especially,
Especially definitely the S7 has this beat 100%.
yes, you go and you basically created a phone that competes with the S7,
Yeah, in
not
price.
the S7 Edge. You're competing with the S7 Edge in price, but with the S7 sa performance. And that's where sumasablay ka.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're just they just really like their 23 megapixel camera that
I think Sony has fallen for the same problem that they had with their laptops. Diba?
Yeah.
Ever
True.
been the case that the complaint with Sony laptops has been it's a good performing laptop, but holy shit, is the price too high for what it does.
Yeah, that's true.
So ang fear ko is they're doing the same now for their flagship mobile phones. And if they continue this, then it's not going to be any surprise pag even ang Sony mobile tumupi din eventually kasi you cannot I mean, yes, you have to put a premium on your brand, no? And Apple is the classic example of someone being able to put a premium on their brand and still have people willing to buy it. But at the same time, you have to make sure that yung premium, the value that you put on the brand is the same value that everybody else is putting on the brand. Kasi pag masyadong mataas ang value mo sa brand mo at pinipresyo mo ng kalokohan yung telepono mo, that actually damages your brand pa. Kasi sabi ng mga tao, Sony, puta, yan yung mamahalin na shit.
You know what? Ito if you put the X at 25,000 and this at 30,000, that would be so much better. So much more palatable.
This was your 30K phone, no? And then you ang selling point mo, this is 5,000 cheaper than the G5, than
Exactly.
the 7 because it's 1080.
It's 1080 and actually yun lang yung disadvantage niya, 1080.
If you marketed it, I mean you're not gonna market it that way, but if you had priced it that way and you give the impression to your people, to the buyers na it's 5,000 cheaper and the only thing you're losing is extra pixels on your screen, I would happily recommend this.
Yeah.
No?
But that said, you can still go do better at 30,000 pesos. Well, let's say the 6P kasi unfortunately does not have a 820. So
that's why I would say na you can argue medyo 60-40 yung argument between the and the performance if the performance were 30K. Kasi you can argue, okay, I want a gaming device, then the 820 is a more reliable gaming device than the 810. Okay, if your budget is 30K and you want more reliable gaming because I am on a throttling, then fine, go with the performance. And I'd be okay recommending that. Pero, that's the only way you can make that argument is if you price it accordingly. And this is way overpriced for what it does.
Yeah. Yep. Wait lang. I'm just gonna choose a source. No, your friends in groups. I'm looking for one-stop gadgets siguro. One-stop gadgets. I'm checking out the Z5. I saw some Z5s here. Let's see.
just to respond to yung comment ni Nepgear, yes, they
Ayan.
want to compete with Apple. They're forgetting one thing, no? Apple has conquered the US market. Hindi nga sila makapasok sa US.
Yep.
You cannot compete with Apple price-wise and say na as a brand we are at the same level as Apple if you cannot achieve the same level of success that Apple has had in the US market.
Yeah. Let's see. The Z5, let's see, dual. Let's see, Z5 compact, Z5 premium.
Yes, usually they have a Z5, yung Z series sila, they had a regular Z, the compact, and then as of the Z4, pati premium nagdagdag na sila.
Yeah, no, the Z5. No. Isa lang, yung premium is only the Z5 kasi it's the 4K display. The Z5 premium gray market is 25K.
Oh, so patungan mo na ng mga 6, mga sabihin natin 6 to 8K for the official warranty. So it'll be above 30K.
Now, I'm not saying you should buy the Z5 Premium. There are problems with the Z5 Premium aside on top of everything else, but I'm saying here the specs on the Z5 Premium is actually very very good kasi 4K yung display. I'm not saying you'll take advantage of that 4K display, but if you're just talking about mere bang for buck specs, the 4K display is the Z5 Premium. It's still the only phone currently with 4K display. And that's crazy. And it's only 25K, man. I'm so... I don't need high-res displays, but I'm so... it's something na parang I really like. I want to see. I want to have. Because I work in this industry where we have to make high quality videos. We have to make, I publish in 4K now, diba? 4K videos now. So I'm constantly looking for devices with high resolution displays, if only because of that.
Yes.
I don't need it particularly for everyday use, but when I need to see quality, it's so useful when you have high quality displays. Still not saying you should buy 4K or whatever. 1440 I think is I'm very near for Team 1440, kind of. Yung Nexus 6P, I'm Team 14. I'm Team Nexus 6P, I guess, basically. I don't think I'll pay for Team 1440. I don't think I have enough money for Team 1440. But that's my current aspiration is parang Team 1440. I'm Team 1440 but my budget is Team 1080, Team 720.
Yun. And like I said, if you were to tell me, okay, I'll give you a 1440 phone for 30K. I will give you a 1080p with the same specs otherwise for 5,000 less. I will happily take the 1080.
Yes.
So, yung logic ko na going from 1080 to 1440, not worth the 5,000.
But can you believe that it's been 2-3 generations already where we had 1440? G3 is 12,000 na lang ata ngayon yung gray market. Let me just go back to that price list.
You know what the main limitation is, 'di ba? The main limitation that kung bakit hindi pa tumatalon yung number of pixels is battery.
Yeah, of course. And the G3 was atrociously bad sa battery and overheating.
Yes.
But look at this, it's only 11,800. Oh God.
So, kaya nga kasi if right now 1440 you need at least 3,000 mAh na telepono to account for yung battery demands ni 1440, you're not going to see any phones with more pixel density than 1440 anytime soon unless they do improve the battery technology. And when I say improve battery technology, I don't mean yung mga phones ngayon 5,000 mAh na yung size. Hindi.
Yeah.
hindi yun yung improvement na hinahanap ko.
You know what? You know, I guess everybody knows this already, but the G4 is still an amazing phone.
Yes, it's not bad. And in fact, if ang approach ko ngayon is if somebody cannot afford the flagship, kunwari mid-range lang ang budget nila,
Uh-huh.
the first thing I tell them is, have you considered getting yung flagships from the previous year?
Yeah. No, but in particular kasi I don't know how much is the S6 even available from CMK at this point. Let's check.
Yeah, available yan dapat.
Let me check Samsung. Or kasi I in my opinion, I think the prices of Samsung phones are less likely to lower
Yes.
or decrease. Let's see
They have
S6.
they have no reason to kasi
Yeah.
they have no reason to. I mean, they still sell well.
They still
Why
sell
why
well.
why would they need to discount?
So I'm looking
Wala ba
at
dyan? Wala ba dyan?
may S6 Edge. I can't find the S6 standard.
Baka diniscontinue na nila.
The S6 Edge is 35.
35. Well,
Sakit pa rin, ano?
medyo.
That's
And the Edge originally came out for like 39, di ba?
yeah.
So 38 or 39.
But
so
for 35, you can get the S7 non-Edge. Diba? So it's about
Now.
S6 Edge or S7 standard. But my point here is you can get the LG G4 for so much lower price. It's 20,000.
yes, agree.
And it's one of the best phones that LG has ever come up with. It's one of the best cameras that LG has come up with, and it was going toe to toe with the S6. And until LG went to the shitter and created this abomination called the G5.
Ano yan, mahabang-habang usapan yan for another day
Yeah.
onto why LG went in that direction. Pero yeah, I mean the fact remains right, and the sad reality is this year, unless Google comes out with a shocker with their 2016 Nexuses,
Yeah.
the sad reality is that your best flagship this year is going to be a Samsung, mainly
Or an
because
HTC Nexus.
mainly because every other manufacturer sumablay sa flagship nila this year.
Whew. Let's go Zenfone. Let's,
Yun na nga, this is the first year I can think of na isa lang ang manufacturer na decente ang flagship nila.
yeah.
Kasi
Well,
in previous years, at least may competition ka eh. Kahit na dalawa lang yung manufacturer na maganda ang flagship, at least more than one. This year, isa lang eh. And yun yung malungkot.
Let's go Zenfone. Zenfone Deluxe.
Sorry, just to answer si Gadget Addict,
Yeah.
the G5 has a lot of performance issues. It's not just yung modular yung pagka-issue niya. May mga complaints na rin about performance on the G5.
Well, don't hate on it so much. Gadget Addict has a G5 now. I think he got one this weekend or this Friday.
Oo. Ako,
Um,
I don't mind the design of the phone by itself. As discussed before, I don't agree with how they implemented modular, but modular aside, the phone itself is okay.
Yeah.
Although it has some performance issues that have been reported that are making me a little bit hesitant to recommend it.
To me, there's a lot of mistakes that just went into the G5. The modular system notwithstanding. I mean, I think the modular one is not a bad decision at all. I think the worst decisions was to create this gimmick dual cam, create this weird OS, sticking with this dumb LG OS with no app drawer, not improving on certain parts of the phone that needed to be improved, and overall not focusing on creating a better phone, just creating expandability and modular design. I would like them to create the best phone they could first and then make it modular.
Kumbaga, if you already establish yourself as a forefront sa flagships, That's you when you can branch out. Which again, I'm not trying to hindi ako kulto ni Samsung.
Yeah, I hate Samsung as well.
Hindi ako kultong Samsung, pero what you can do if you want to introduce new technology is release it alongside your flagship, like what they're doing with the S6 and the S6 Edge. You want to introduce your new technology is you introduce it in a separate phone from your flagship.
Yeah,
Do not
yeah.
make your flagship your test bed for your new technology.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one. Gadget Addict says he doesn't think the dual cam thing is a gimmick. To me, I think the reason why I think it's a gimmick is I don't want a precedent where brands will just add cameras to their phones for no freaking reason. They'll just make shit up. We got the telephoto camera and the wide camera and a normal camera, and fuck it, that we added another camera for no reason. 4 cameras, 4 quad camera. But the thing is, wide angle is okay if that's cool, but you can buy wide angle adapter lenses on most phones these days for 50 pesos and above. And that suffices for most of your wide angle photography. It's seemingly a bad move in my opinion, where your main camera quality went into a standstill from the LG G4, while the Samsung S6 came and improved on several things, including better battery life, it has waterproofing now, has micro SD slots and everything. Plus the design is better. The camera is better as well. Arguably, some people will argue not, but low light should be better. Whereas the LG G4, it's like an LG G4 but with a wide angle camera and a shitty implementation of modular design. And Snapdragon 820.
And one more thing I wanted to mention with the G5, and this is similar to how what my issues were with the Sony phones from earlier. In terms of the software implementation, LG did it worse with basically
Yeah.
LG's OS, LG's implementation is not as good as Samsung's.
It's terrible.
Number one, okay. Number two, the battery life of the G5 is not as good as that of the S7.
Yeah.
Number three, the camera of the G5 is not as good as that of the S7.
Yeah.
So with all of those issues, plus the fact that you're pricing the G5
the same as the S7.
the same as the S7 is part of the reason why I have issues with I don't feel comfortable recommending a G5.
I can only see myself getting a G5 if I were relying on a module.
Oh, yes. And that's a niche case. And you cannot have your flagship be a niche case. Because that's the idea of having a flagship. You're selling it as something everybody wants, not as something that I need, that I will get if I need this one specific feature.
Yeah. Well,
No?
the best thing we can say about the LG G5 is a lot of those comments that we made can be considered subjective.
Yes.
So, as long as, and to be honest, you can't go wrong even with the G5, right? It's still one of the best phones you can get today. It's just that we're disappointed. It's just that it could have been so much better than it could have been and than it is now. And we're disappointed. That's basically it. It could have been right there with the S7, competing for your hard-earned money, but instead it went a completely different direction, alienating a lot of the people who were looking for the next LG flagship. Right.
Just a second. Just to respond to Gadget Addict's comment, the G5 at 21K, that's a gray market price.
What, G5 for 21? That's affordable. That's way too cheap.
Oh, that's probably a gray market price. That's what ano. Um, if the gray market stores are selling the S7 for around the same price, no, then I would still recommend the S7. As long as the G5 and the S7 are in the same price range, I would recommend the S7 over it.
Where can you find the G5 for 21?
Not sure.
Uh,
Maybe he knows of a store that's
okay, so G5 dual SIM gray market from Hot Gadgets is 22.7.
okay. Does Hot Gadget sell the S7?
S7. Let me Samsung S7 standard
Mm.
25 2.
3,000 peso difference.
I'd still go with the S7, dude.
Yeah.
Waterproof, man.
Yeah.
Waterproof.
I'd still go with the S7, even with the 3,000.
Better camera, metal build. I mean,
It's
metal build that is
It's still in the same price range kasi eh.
heavy
That's
duty
the thing.
metal build, not the cheapy plasticky metal that LG implemented itself with.
Lazada daw, it's 21K.
So international
That's
shipping.
that's imported. Okay, that's fine. Please take note though, a 21K G5 imported from Lazada may not have compatible antennas with the Philippines. Okay?
Yeah, you have to check the model number.
Yes, you have to be careful with the model number you're looking at kasi I already know of a couple of people that thought they were getting good deals from Lazada dahil imported and mababa yung presyo. Pagdating dito, hanggang 3G lang sila.
Yeah.
Kasi
well,
US bands pala yung yung binili nilang telepono.
Well, I Gadget Addict knows what he's doing, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So
he shouldn't be able to. He shouldn't be.
Hopefully he's getting yung 21K na yan is for a unit na compatible ang LTE band. So hopefully.
Yeah. I can't find any Samsung S7 from Lazada at 21 or less than 30 actually. Mahal pa sa Lazada actually.
In fairness kasi, I don't know if Lazada is importing Samsung. Baka kasi yung mga units na yan, those are all locally available eh.
Yeah. I can't tell, pero I mean, if they were imported or gray market anyway, they're overpriced gray market.
So, yun nga, I mean, you have to be if you're doing online sale comparisons, the assumption there is you've done your homework.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Don't worry, Gadget Addict knows how to do his.
Yeah, of course. So I'm just saying, for anybody else,
for anybody else, yes.
You have to make sure na you do your research before you commit to what appears to be a good deal.
Yeah, let's see how much is the lowest price. 29,990 for the white market CMK G5. If I remember correctly.
29, and then CS7 is how much ngayon?
Let's see. Samsung S7 standard. Wala si CMK na standard.
Weird. Anyway, so
the S7 Edge is 37,390. The G5 is 29,500.
At CMK 29.5. Again, comparing that with the 6P, I'd still say I'd get a 6P for 30K.
Let's look at the price for the 6P. Baka bumaba. Let's see. It's 27 dati. Dun sa cash. Huawei HHH.
Yan. Yeah, si CMK kasi they don't do credit card eh. Kaya rin
It's
sila
cash
sa
only.
presyo, cash only lang sila.
Cash only. 27.4 pa rin. They haven't changed the price.
So at 100 peso difference, 2,500 peso difference from the G5. I'd say go with the 6P.
Yeah, I'd go with the 6P, dude. So no way. I mean, the camera on the 6P is amazing.
Eto, may ni-raise na point to itong si Brother G. Would you get a V10 at 20.5K from Lazada over a G5 at 21K?
How much yung G5?
The G5 sa Lazada is 21K as per Gadget Addict. Nakahanap daw si Gian ng 20.5K na V10.
Ito, I see a 20.7, 20.5, 20.7.
So basically, if the G5 and the V10 had the same price, which would you recommend between the two?
That's actually pretty tough. I mean, they're both gray market, so it doesn't matter, right?
So it comes down to which one delivers more, which one delivers better performance and better experience for the price.
I'll go with the G5, but but I'd probably consider other phones first before the two.
Okay. Fair point. At saka ako personally, if it's 20, kung usapan 20K for a gray market and you have the V10 and the G5 at 20K, my first question would be, why not get the OnePlus 3?
Yeah, kung gray market lang din naman eh.
Same price, gray market.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the OnePlus 3 from Bridget City for 21K right now eh.
Oo. If my budget were 21K and I was willing to go gray market, I'd look at the OnePlus 3 first before those two LG phones.
Man, this is why I don't like to discuss. I don't like discussing gray market stuff. Here's the OnePlus 3, 6 gig plus 6 gig of RAM, by the way.
Yes. I have issues with OnePlus 3 as a company. May mga sablay sila.
Yeah.
Pero as a phone, the spec-wise, I would say look at this first if your budget is 20K and you want gray market before looking at other phones.
Yeah, although you have to admit the G5 would have better cameras than the OnePlus. But it's a good thing I don't have to think about this because I don't like gray market.
Yeah, I'm less of a gray market guy now than I used to be.
Yeah.
Pero there are this is again, I've been saying this before, pero tip to anybody who's considering gray market versus white market. Ang personal approach ko to gray market pricing is if it's more than 10% difference, if it's more than 10% cheaper than white market, go for it.
Yeah.
Kasi typically ang binabayad mo in terms of parts, warranty, if you have to fix it within that 1 year of warranty is about 10% of the price of the phone. So, if say your white market is 30,000 and your gray market is 28,000, I'd say get the white market.
Yeah.
But it's lower than 27,000, I say go for the gray market.
This puts stuff into more interesting territory talaga. Like, would you? Kasi right now the question I have in my mind is, would you go for something like the the LG G4 at 20,000? That is white market. White market LG G4 at 20,000 versus a gray market G5 at 21 or a gray market P10 at 20.
I don't value kasi the warranty that much, so I would be inclined to get the higher unit. I would be inclined to get the gray market unit kasi if I'm that scared of a warranty, if I'm that worried, then I wouldn't be considering a gray market phone in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go check
Ay, by the way, sorry,
hot gadgets.
quick,
I'm gonna
quick aside
find.
muna while you're checking.
Ah,
Quick aside while you're checking. Have you heard of the news na lalabas na yung yung second gen na Moto 360 dito?
yeah, but wala akong invite from Motorola so don't know.
I mean, what were your opinions on the 360 second gen nung lumabas?
It's just like a 360 but slightly better battery life, kind of a better processor. Nothing good. Nothing. I mean, it's still like a 360 to me.
Mm.
Just just the option to buy it is better than the old 360, but it still has a flat tire, so
Okay.
I don't like it.
That's fair.
Okay, so the list of phones that you can get for 20K here, or 20 around the 20,000 peso mark. Let's see, gray market. The S6, the standard S6 gray market is 20K.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely choose that.
Mm.
S6 dual SIM is 20K. S6 Edge is 20K, 21.7 actually.
Which begs the question, why the hell would you not get the Edge?
Exactly. Let's see. I'm still looking. Galaxy Note 5. Gray market is 23.8. Xperia. Let's see. Xperia Z5 dual SIM is less than 20.
Mm-hmm.
That's not much of a not so much. Z5 Premium is 24. Alright, so dito sa LG is, G5 is 22.7 dito sa Hot Gadgets. V10 is 21.3. So this is actually, if I were to be buying a gray market, sa Hot Gadgets na lang ako kasi I can see the product right in front of me before I pay. Sa Lazada kasi they'll ship right to you, diba? You don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah. Actually, most other gray market stores naman will allow you to inspect and test before
Yeah, but not Lazada.
before paying. Oh, I'm not
Lazada.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you're comparing gray market store to Lazada, then yes, go with the gray market store.
Yeah, just add the 1,000 pesos for a little bit more peace of mind.
Yes.
And instant gratification.
And the chance to be able to test the unit.
Exactly. Peace of mind when you're testing the unit. The Nexus 6P is 24, gray market. The OnePlus 3 is 22. They don't have any stock. Let's see, what else? Wala na, accessories na to. Those are the only phones that they have. It's a very, very interesting discussion. This 20,000 peso price point, gray and white, and I don't think we have enough time to talk much more about it. I'm gonna read some comments here. Norm says, that's where other consumers are buying dual cam phones because they like a new trend. To me, it still makes sense. A gimmick of marketing, exactly.
Gian Parinas, just to comment on what you said, HTC 10. From what I've seen and heard about the HTC 10, it's actually, thank God, a well received device.
Mm-hmm.
The reviews appear to be good. So, although dito, I don't think we're ever going to get an official version kasi umalis na sa HTC.
Yeah.
Pero if it becomes available here, gray market, and the price is competitive, gray market with the other flagships, then I would seriously consider it. The only issue lang daw with the HTC 10 is compared to other flagships, medyo mas mababa yung battery life.
I see. I mean, they said the camera wasn't. I mean, it was good, but not that good.
But pero the camera is competitive. At least finally it's competitive. It's not that good, but it's finally competitive daw.
Yeah. Man, I still like the 6P camera. Let's see. GN Parinas 4G won't work on my S7 ATT locked, but messaging works. Si Jamatic V10 yan. The OnePlus 3 is a beast at 21K, sabi ni Kuya G. You should also check the HTT 10. Good morning, night people. Hapagod na mi. All right. So people are getting bored because of the topic that they can't afford.
3.5 hours na tayo eh.
Yeah, the topic that they can't afford the phone. Well, I mean, it's a very interesting topic and kind of in that sort of price point and price range and whatever. But thankfully, I don't have to make a decision, and I'm still waiting on a newer Nexus.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. What happens with the two HTC Nexus phones. It's more or less guaranteed
Nexus
that
6P refresh, please.
with yung Huawei, we'll see. Pero
Yeah.
let's see what the two HTC phones will deliver. Kasi from everything that we've heard from the leaks, it's going to be basically parang iPhone 6 and parang iPhone 6s and 6s Plus in terms of yung approach nila.
Yeah.
Same specs, same performance, different screen size.
It has to be 1440p. Come on, make it 1440.
So, hindi, di ba doon sa lumabas na leak, it's 1080?
May 1080 nga. Hindi ko alam kung yung isa at 1440.
Yeah. If the bigger one is 1440, then teka lang. Double check ko nga yung ngayon. Kasi yun yung
That's okay.
HTC Marlin.
Elton Blade says, I remember their HTC store in Mega Mall wherein they're still selling the 1M7 as their flagship instead of 1M8, and that was last 2014 daw.
Oo. The M7 and the M8 were actually not bad aside from the camera issues. Sumablay lang sila solid sa M9.
Yeah.
Ayun, it's 1440.
Alright. Well,
1440 yung 5.5 na HTC phone is 1440. Yung 5-inch na HTC Nexus supposedly is 1080. So, you get your difference there. And I can live with that. I between the two, if it's the same performance pero yung mas maliit is 1080, I'll happily take the 1080.
You know what? Kapag bumaba pa yung presyo ng 5X, I'll pull the trigger on the 5X. Pag lumabas yung bagong Nexuses this year, and I'm not necessarily foaming at the mouth for the new Nexuses, I'll get the 5X.
Kasi, I expect na itong mas maliit na HTC Nexus, yung Sailfish, I expect na it will still be flagship pricing eh.
Exactly. That's
Kasi
number
it's
one.
flagship specs.
And number two, I'm that impressed with the camera of the 6P, and since by the same quality, by the same sensor, right? It's the same sensor on the 5X. It's like a budget 6P pretty much, at least for the camera's sake.
Ayan, so it is wait, teka lang ha.
And I'll get Android N pa rin because it's still a 2015 Nexus. Right? And it's only 12,000. I mean 14,000 right now for the 32 gig version.
Oo.
What if paano kung minahanap pa ako second hand?
Teka. Kinukumpara ko lang yung dalawang nileak na specs, no?
Right.
So yung 5.5 is okay, ito yung medyo weird If you look at what yung sinend ko sa yung from Android Police, they're both saying it's quad core.
Yeah, quad core naman kasi 820.
Tama. So it's so they're both gonna be 820, di ba?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yung expectation.
It has to be.
So so if it's both 820, then it's going to be flagship prices even for the smaller one.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a
Lower
Nexus
tier.
that's below 20K, for example.
Yeah.
You'd expect na yung mas maliit na Nexus probably be around 25, sabihin natin.
Actually, if I didn't have the Moto X, I'd have bought the 5X a long time ago.
So, most likely the 5X will still be a good purchase even when the new Nexus phones come out kasi wala siyang kalaban sa presyo.
Yeah, and it's gonna be, the price is gonna be much lower. Pag bumagsak ng 10, less than 10 yan. Right? Pag bumagsak ng less than 10 yung 16, I'll consider the 16 but I'll most likely buy the 32. If I'm serious about it. Ang ano ko lang yan is I already have several phones. I already have a Samsung S5 and a Moto X. I have 1080p phones. I have a lot of 1080p phones. If only I can get 1440. Anyway.
Gian Parinas, just want to reply to this latest
Ah.
comment. Google partnering with Samsung. Ito comment ko lang dyan. I don't think it's ever gonna happen anytime soon because Samsung doesn't need it.
Yeah, true.
Unlike with LG, with Huawei, and now with HTC, they have business reasons to partner with Google.
Yeah.
Because naghihingalo sila. Samsung doesn't need it, so I don't expect it will happen anytime soon. But I will say, design-wise, my favorite design Nexus was the Galaxy Nexus.
Okay, yeah, I can get
In
behind
terms of
that.
the design, no? Kasi the other Nexuses, even up to now, aside up to the 6P, have been not naman bad, but bland yung design.
Me, I haven't played with any of the other. I mean, nahawakan ko yung ibang Nexuses, obviously. I think the only one I haven't played with was what's before the Galaxy Nexus. What was it? The one before
So, they started with HTC Nexus 1, tapos they went with Samsung Nexus S, then Galaxy Nexus.
May nahawakan ba ako Nexus S? Dun sa PHAC, meron ba tayong nahawakan Nexus S?
I think yung kay tawag dito, this was during the time na sino isa pa nakasalamin?
No, marami tayong nakasalamin doon. Marami nakasalamin doon. But anyway, never mind. And in terms of the Nexus One, I have the non-Nexus version of the Nexus One here. Right? I have an HTC Desire standard. So this is the Nexus One without the Nexus branding, right? So this is the next HTC skinned version. So I'm fine with that. I mean, pero nakahawak na ako ng Nexus One actually. I've seen one before. Yung, di ba meron siyang yung, sino ba may Nexus One sa atin? Yung, di ba may band sa likod? Whatever, anyway, never mind.
May trackball siya. Brother G, yes, buhay pa yung Galaxy Nexus ko. I last used it about a couple of months ago. Nasa officially 4.3 siya kasi hindi na nag-release si Google ng
update.
ng update beyond 4.3.
MJ Lawrence's Kuya Alex, late na ako. That's okay. To me, ako personally, I think the Nexus 6P is one of the top designs, or at least the top over. You know, I can't. It's very hard to say. I think the 6P is. Ang gusto ko sa kanya is the dual front speakers and I understand that the dual front speakers was there on the Nexus 6 ng Motorola, but it just wasn't that good. I mean, it was very loud.
At saka, ergonomics-wise, I prefer the 6P kasi, the
screen is little smaller. It's a little thinner, I guess.
The bezels are thinner. The 6 lang talaga kasi, I've played with it. I've played around with it. I've carried it for a couple of days. Mahirap talaga siyang gamitin one-handed.
It's way too big. I didn't know that we would say that, but apparently 6 inches were too big na. Anyway, I think the 6P is
too big in the Philippines.
Yeah, I think the 6P is a great, phablet size. It's the perfect phablet size in my opinion. At least the more than 5.5. It's pretty good. And yung implementation niya with the 1440p display, and once the Android N comes along with a split screen, it'll be much better utilized. And I'm looking forward to seeing what that nougat multitasking looks like. And it's gonna make me wanna buy a Nexus phone because yun lang naman kailangan ko. I want split screen Diba? It's the only thing that's the only reason why I keep my Samsung around, because it has split screen. Anyway, before mabore lahat ng audience natin, we shall wrap up the show. Si Gian Perino says 6P lang, only Nexus ko. Okay, so I mean we didn't own all of the Nexuses. We just nahawakan lang namin. I don't own any Nexus. Wait, did I own? I own the Nexus 7 2013 and 2012.
Oo. Tawag dito, meron kaming kilala that used to have all of the Nexuses. Tapos hindi na siya active sa Android community, active na siya ngayon sa Windows Phone community.
Sabi ni Elton Blade, mga sir, thought niyo po sa pagbenta ng Google sa Motorola?
Well, in the first place, they only bought Motorola primarily para sa patents, which were mostly useless pala. So, they have the patents. Nung binili nila ng Lenovo yung Motorola, they didn't buy the patents. They just bought the
brand,
the mobile division.
Right.
No, brand. So, Google got what it wanted, or at least what it thought it wanted, and they didn't really need Motorola anymore. And another factor that people are not considering is Samsung was actually threatening Google.
Yes.
Motorola.
At the time,
they were threatening to no longer support Android on their phones because ang sabi nila, conflict of interest si Google by owning a hardware manufacturer like Motorola.
But I think we picked up some good things naman while Google owned Motorola. I mean, Motorola became a way better company in my opinion.
Yes. Motorola benefited, and that's also why people are a little apprehensive right now na with Lenovo owning Motorola, baka all of those gains mawala.
Yes, but so far so good. So far so good. Although, at least in the US, I'm already hearing reports na mas pangit na yung. It doesn't seem like they're US-centric anymore.
Yung software support ng Motorola phones, they're not getting updates daw well or whatever. Basta daw. I don't know if it's just because maingay yung complainers or whatever, pero there are already some supposed issues with software implementation ever since Lenovo took over.
Maybe because wala na silang support from Google kasi.
Gian Parinas, what if Google partnered with CM or MyPhone? They already did. Kaya nga may Android
One.
Yep.
I want to see Android ones get Nougat. And then people will be like, oh no! My Cherry Flare whatever and my phone whatever does not have Nougat, and then
they have a tripod. Hayaan mo sila.
I want to laugh in the face of people who don't like stock Android, and then they won't get updates and complain.
At the very least, I think yung G1 ng Cherry will still get Nougat. Yung naunang dalawa na Android One, ng Cherry tsaka ng MyPhone.
Yeah, the one and the Uno.
Malabo na.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, sobrang scarce ng G1. They're very hard to find. I think the stocks were not enough. I don't know about the popularity, but at least for me and a lot of the BTS community, number one si G1. We were very happy with the G1. Yeah,
I mean, di ba nanalo nga siya last year?
Yep, we gave it we gave it an award. Elton Bates says, Moto E second gen were being sold for 3K in Lazada, I remember. You know what? Moto E second gen is not bad. It's a little low. I mean, maganda pa rin yung design niya, so totoo lang. And the build quality is really, really good, but the specs is a little on the low side.
And at the very least though, I think the second gen is already LTE capable.
Yep. It's a Snapdragon 410 LTE.
Oo. So, isipin mo, you're getting LTE capability at 3K. That's
not bad.
Yeah. Not 3K and the only issue lang is I think the second gen is stuck on Lollipop. They're not getting Marshmallow.
I think so, yeah. Quarter HD display. I think the camera is like 5 megapixels. That's the main camera too. So, baba lang talaga.
I mean, it's low end, but you're getting LTE connection for 3K. Ako, parang that's that's the same price as an LTE pocket Wi-Fi, and you're getting a smartphone screen on top.
Yeah. You can play Pokemon Go on that.
Diba? You, actually, pwede lang i-market yun eh. We're selling you a pocket Wi-Fi that you can play Pokemon Go on.
No, but I'm sure you can play Pokemon Go on the kahit yung Star Mobile Play Click for 1288. So even though wait, Play Click is not it's LTE, right? No, I'm not sure. But never mind. Anyway, we're taking too much time, so we're just gonna we're gonna leave any more discussions for maybe next time. But it's almost 4 hours. We've almost ang ano natin.
4 hours na tayo.
4 hours na tayo. According to Elton Bade, it has marshmallow daw. I think yung Moto. We were talking about Moto G, yung walang lollipop.
Hindi, ito they're saying na merong marshmallow release for the Moto E LTE 2nd gen.
Yeah. Teka lang, check natin si Lazada. Let's see what Lazada has.
Kasi, and the reason why I had said na wala siyang marshmallows because I remember late last year sinabi na ni Moto na wala. Pero from the looks of this, mukhang ni-release na at least in India.
Yeah, I think nalabas siya sa insert. I don't know. I don't even want to say. Ayoko magsabi ng tapos.
Oh, so I stand corrected if it's already rolling out. Kasi I remember last year sinabi nila si Moto E would not get it eh. Pero yung Moto G tsaka yung Moto X series would. So I guess nag-backtrack sila doon.
Yeah, I can't find the Moto E. These are expensive imported ata ito. Wait, no. Why is this 8,000 pesos? That's weird. Anyway, I'm just not. Let's leave it there. Parang hindi na masyado.
Leave it there.
All right. So sabi ni dual SIM marshmallow update. All right. Anyway, so I know the topic has just started going into long tangents. But thank you guys for the patience and discussion and whatnot. Very interesting show.
I blame Pokemon Go. Kaya tayo mapa.
I'm thinking kung anong let me just figure out. Meron akong invites I just forgot kung ano yung sa 14. But I don't want to check right now. I will be not attending anything on the 13. I'll be attending something on the 14. 13 kasi uwi akong Pampanga. Punta ako sa renew akong passport. That's what I'll do sa 13. All right. So, I guess that's for so. Ronnie J. Tino says, "Good night, Kuyas." Gadget Addict gives us a thumbs up. Everybody say, "Kokak" in the chat. Kokak.
Kokak na. Tulog na kayo.
It's been a long stream, but thank you for watching. I'm Alex from MasTechnoClass.com. On behalf of Sir Migs Kaleha, that's been the Big Time Show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Stay tuned for more Pokemon Kokak.
Okay, Kokak. Kokakmon.
Kokakmon. Tapos din.
Ano ba yung yeah, let me just check before I close ko yung stream. What was it?
Sure. Ano ba yung check mo?
Yung ano ba yung invites ko? OLX for the 14.
OLX?
And Sennheiser on the 14.
Sennheiser to audio. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. That's that. Hindi pala phone. But yun na nga, sabi nga, magkakaroon ng Moto 360 second gen on the 13. Kaya lang wala akong invite. At the same time, yun na nga, magre-renew akong passport so I can't go.
Yeah, 13, let me check. Ano bang schedule ko? Wednesday yun, no?
Yeah, Wednesday yun.
Saan ba gaganapin yung event sa 13?
I don't have an invite to some Motorola, but I have another invite for, let me just check. I think this is, the other invite I have is for Digits Trading. I think it's headphones. This is Century City Mall? Yeah, Century City Mall.
Makati. Ano oras?
Tanghali.
Okay, malabo.
Alright.
If it were gabi, kaya kasi I'm working in McKinley eh. So,
yeah.
kaya ko pumunta sana sa gabi. Tanghali, malabo, I don't think I can leave the office and get back in
Alright,
time.
that's okay.
No
Anyway,
problem.
I'm gonna stop the stream. Hindi pa kasi start ang stream. But thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Salamat. Thanks for watching.
See you guys next time.
Alright. Dapat sa susunod kung actually ito suggestion.
Ano yan?
Future, hindi ko lang kung sa BTS mo gagawin.
What's going on?
Set up kang Twitch stream just playing Pokemon Go.
Well, mahirap 'yun kasi you have to take the video from the phone.
Oo. Hindi, kumbaga, meron kang isang phone sa gilid mo, hawak-hawak mo.
And then you're streaming it while walking. Unfortunately, ang data, yung kailangan mo ganda yung data mo eh.
Oo nga.
It's gonna be very tough.
Oo.
Alright. Papaalam
Alright.
na. Bye-bye.
Alright, salamat Chief.